Alright, that should do the trick. We are now live. So, hello everyone, it's a fair programming error that just refused to be fixed. Code here, not COD, but sure. I guess that's gonna stick as a meme name, because it has been floating around for a while. Anyway, we all know Rob is gonna be late, but hello Neon. Alright, so we're gonna be continuing with club meetings today. Will we be able to do 2 episodes? Who knows? We'll have to see. It really depends. But if we can manage to complete 2 episodes of this season, then I wouldn't complain. At the very least though, we are gonna get through the mid-season finale. So that is going to be nice. So, let me go to the episodes real quick. Just a recap for last time, which was this one. There. Sayori being anxious, the club worrying about Miss Ida. Because in the episode prior to that, she had the stressful day. 20 stream streak! Look at you go! Look at you go. Yeah. Actually, I might as well recap the entire thing. So that was just, you know, the usual festival stuff where we got to see the yukatas and everything, which was nice, very nice, and we were caught up a little bit on what happened between seasons. This episode was the one where Monica was missing. So that was interesting, seeing her be gone, and I think this was also where Yuri experimented with what it feels like when the game is closed and the safety isn't on. After that, the babysitting and considering the future, which is basically a common theme throughout this season, them considering, hey, if we break the time loop, what will be the consequences of that? Then of course, this episode we talked about the sleepover that happened, which didn't really take up much time, and Miss Ida being stressed. Which leads to this episode, where the club worries about her, where they actually go out of their way to visit her, put a blanket on her, you know, make sure everything's fine, make sure she's doing well as can be at the very least, you know? And Rob, you are not late. Why are you even here if you said you would be late? Huh? Anyway, that's all of that. So we are now fully caught up with what happened, so let's start episode 30, the new stuff. Natsuki's plan! Right, that was also something that was addressed last time, and I'm curious to see how this plan is gonna go. Natsuki's plan to de-stress Miss Ida. Doesn't work out the way she thought it would. But her plans always work! They are the perfect plans! You wouldn't believe it. Alright, let's just start the episode. Episode 30. Mostly nothing disturbing ever happens anymore. Do we even need this warning now? Yes, you do need the warning. And Tormuse, hello! Time to meet some clubs, specifically one. Hope you're doing well, hope you're having a great day. Alright. Let's get back into the swing of things.
Already time to get up? I guess I remember. Putting the alarm on snooze a couple times. Well, can't be late. But I'm so tired. It's quiet outside. I'm still not used to living out in the country. Too much of a city girl still. I barely ever see the club out here. Even when I'm here during the day, the streets are always bare. School all day, isolated townhouse all night. What a life. Let's see, there are some parent-teacher conferences today. Alright, those parents.
Oh god. Well, doesn't that sound promising? Oh boy.
So that'll take half an hour at the very least. I'll have to do some midterm grading today to have grades ready on time. Oh, and today is the literature club. Well, at least that will be a chance to unwind a bit. Still, what a semester. I don't remember ever feeling so tired before. Maybe I'm starting to really get old. Oh wait, that's literally not possible.
Yeah, true.
So easy to forget. Now, where did I leave my keys? Okay, and that's that. Still a couple minutes until class starts. Might as well go in and get settled. Oh, MC and Monica.
There we go. It's the boy, our favorite. And Monica is here, who's some people's favorite.
Hi, Miss Ida. Hi, Monica.
Trying to get back into the voices. Starting out is always like I have to find the voices again, but then it usually works.
How are you doing today? A bit tired, to be honest, but I'm getting through the day.
Yeah, I hear that. At least the MC voice is easy because I am the MC.
Are you not getting enough sleep?
Not last night, no.
Well, you've gotta go to bed at a reasonable hour, MC.
Couldn't last night, had work. Several people. Rob. Yeah, several people named Rob. True, true, true. Well, Neon is also here, let's not forget. But yeah. Several people named Rob indeed. Just honestly, Rob is just here Rob is just here as several people in order to be able to abuse me more. We all know that.
Work? I didn't know you had a job.
Yup.
Doing what, if you don't mind my asking?
Retail.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I just want to earn a little extra money.
I see. Well, as long as it's not affecting your schoolwork.
It's not. Mostly. I'm not usually this tired.
Plus, it's not like you can talk when it comes to getting enough rest, Miss Ida. Yes, yes, yes.
Read my condolences. You know, I should be glad that I haven't worked in retail ever. But then again, maybe that's an experience that would benefit someone. Because sometimes it's nice to be able to put yourself into the shoes of those people. Because I hear it's pain. A lot of pain. Too many years working at Walmart. Ah, okay. I see, I see.
Yes, yes, yes. Look, when you grow up, sometimes your time commitments stack up in a way that you can't control. Don't me, young woman. I invented that, Of course. Anyway, we're just passing through on our way to class, but I did want to tell you something, speaking of being tired. What's that?
And Dev, hello, how's it going? How are you doing? Hope you're well. We just got started. Though you would know better than anyone how far into the episode we are.
What's that? The game has been on here this morning, and definitely I've been getting the vibe that you're exhausted. We won't bother you for now about being tired, but you know, just know that you're probably giving that vibe off to Code. Oh, I had completely forgotten that was a thing that could happen. Yeah, it's an easy thing to forget at first, so I just wanted to remind you for privacy's sake, since it's Wednesday. Some of us have done or said or thought some pretty embarrassing things because we forgot, and I just didn't want that to happen to you.
I see. Just, you know, always be careful when it's Wednesday. You can do whatever you want any other day of the week, but always be careful on Wednesdays. Except I will always stream this on Saturdays, so... Quite well indeed. That's great to hear.
I just didn't want that to happen to you. I appreciate the warning. Anyway, MC, don't work too hard, yes?
Well, I have work again this evening, but after that I've got some days off.
Not on a regular schedule.
No, it rotates.
Well, like I said, as long as it doesn't interfere with your schooling.
It won't.
Alright then. Well, gotta get along to class. I'll see you during club. I assume you're going to be a little late again today. Oh, sorry about that. I wasn't making a point or anything. I was just actually curious. I know you're busy recently. I just wanted to know. Oh, well, yeah, probably, if I'm being honest.
Look out for flashbacks, though. Ooh, true, true, true. That is a thing. Even when it's not Wednesday, it could show up in a flashback, you're right, but it's a lot less likely if you were just going about your average day. Now, of course, if you're doing something very intriguing, such as a plan, then maybe that would be a different story. I'm excited to see Natsuki's plan, although from the episode summary I already know that it's not going to go as expected. To be fair though, Natsuki's plans never go quite as expected, but they always work. And because they always work, I have faith that it will also go well this time. Natsuki got caught in one last week? Yeah, fair. But yeah, I'm curious to see the plan in action. As always, because we all know she's a genius.
Maybe 10 minutes later or so. Alright, see you then. Yup. Have a good day, guys.
You too. Miss Ida goes into her classroom. Sounds like we'll have some time then.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Natsuki's crazy plan will be this time, but I'm sure it'll take a while to discuss. If only because she'll want to argue with us about it after we tell her it's crazy.
It's like you can see the future. They never fail. Exactly. She is a genius, okay? Nobody knows. Nobody knows the true machinations of her mind.
More like I've known Natsuki for more than 2 hours. Anyway, time for class.
Speaking of, experience working a part-time job while in school can help time management, but that often translates into giving up sleep to get things done. Big sad. Alright, time for the squad that I remember I unified their voice. I'll just have to remember what I did. I think I went Natsuki, but tried to go a little bit... I used the Natsuki voice at the base for the group voice, I think. Oh, never mind, we're texting. We're texting Gorl. We're texting Fuyuki. Natsuki friend Voltron? Yes. Alright.
So for the friend, I also kind of went into this, but I went even more into like this direction. Which is honestly probably the most annoying voice I ever do. So what is it? And now I have to like once again go back to the Natsuki voice, but do like a little bit more like, I think I went a little bit more into like this direction, which is really annoying, which is kind of like the Natsuki voice I normally do, but it's even more like out of the, you know, we're texting Natsuki.
I hate these voices so much. The problem is I run out of voices at some point and I can't control it. And then you have these, okay, I can't say random unnamed characters. They are named. They are, obviously. But these random spriteless friends, who I also have to voice. Ah, the pain.
My sister, she doesn't like to be bothered when she is talking to her sister. No, she does not. It's just the whole quitting thing. It's really hard. I really, really, really want to smoke. I totally get that feeling. And you'd think like, look, one more isn't going to completely ruin me. And probably it wouldn't if that's all it were about. But really it's about what's going on in your mind. You've got to reprogram your brain not to just give in and get us sick whenever things get rough. And as you get through those tough moments more and more, it gets easier and easier. Trust me. I don't know. I know you can do it, but that doesn't mean I can do it. Well, you can do it.
Oh god. Ah, kill me.
Well, you can do it, babe. Who gives a shit about whether I can? I just exert some of that famous Natsuki willpower. Go do something else for a bit. Got anyone you could talk to about whatever? Anyone special,
Well, no one's special, but I guess there is Yuri. But some of my friends are here, yeah?
Well, go talk about them whenever. I promise you the feeling will go away in a few minutes. Just get through it.
I'll do my best, thanks sis, I love you. Also, hello Amina, welcome to the stream.
Love you too, babe. Kick ass.
Natsuki puts her phone away. And thank you for the lurk, Lee.
Alright, sorry about that.
Alright, here we go. Other direction now.
Talk about anything interesting.
Oh god, it's just a gremlin. I just go even more gremlin. I take the sassy Natsuki voice and I go even more towards gremlin for the friend group. Oh god. I found out Maker exists, I guess? I think I heard about that at some point, yeah.
Talk about anything interesting. Quitting smoking. Still trying. Yeah. She's been through quitting before, so helps to hear from her. Yeah, I understand that. I hope you do kick the 6, Natsuki. Rooting for you. What's that kindness? Yeah, don't fucking forget it.
I hate everything. End me now.
I won't, you terrible bitch. But seriously, thank you means a lot. Don't mention it. I told you she's getting nicer. Can we please just move on? How are things going with your boyfriend, Ayami? Pretty well, we went shopping for clothes the other day and... But you ended up picking the blue one.
Immediate regret. That's me like 90% of the time anyway. Yeah, but this is no exception.
What about you, Natsuki? Any new love life developments? Oh, not really. Things are basically the same as they have been for a while. I see. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. Just curious. Oh, well, yeah, no changes. Fair enough then. Man, you're popular today, Natsuki. I'm popular every day. Hang on a sec.
Natsuki pulls out her phone.
And still on for today, right?
Yup.
Okay, good, just wanted to check.
More from your sister? Yeah, sure. Anyway, what classes do you guys have next? Anything far away? Nothing too far from me, but you've got to walk across campus, right? Yeah? Think I'll get going and grab a snack. Don't think I can make it to lunch. See you next break. Yup. He's still acting so strangely. Yeah, I hope she's alright.
Is she ever alright? Too tired to sculpt? Not tired enough to make a level. Damn. I guess you're just sitting right there in between. I'm sure eventually it will swing one way or the other. Until then, feel free to chill here.
Yuri! Are you in here? Yuri!
Shh. Sayori lowers her voice to a very loud whisper.
Sorry! Have you seen Yuri?
The librarian points towards one corner of the library.
Thanks!
The librarian rolls her eyes.
Hey, there you are! What are you reading? The Poisoner's Handbook? Are you gonna poison someone?
Yes, the Nazis aren't alright. A loud sigh is audible from the librarian's desk.
No, Sayori, it's not actually an instructional guide. It's a book about the history of science, see? Murder and the Birth of Forensic Medicine in Jazz Age, New York. Huh. It's quite fascinating. So much forensic science that we take for granted these days had to be discovered by trial and error, and a bunch of strange motivated quasi-scientists around the turn of the 20th century. I see, of course. You don't have to pretend to be interested here, Sayori. Thank goodness, because I don't care about you at all. I mean, I don't care about the book at all. So, why'd you stop by? Oh, I forgot. Naturally. I'm sure it'll come back to you eventually. Yeah, I hope so. So, what you doing? Reading. Oh, right. Sorry, I'm interrupting. You are, thus far, in a way that's quite diverting, so I don't mind. Well, I'm glad to know I'm amusingly stupid.
Was there ever any doubt that Sayori was amusingly stupid? There wasn't. Oh, Sayori, you're never stupid. Okay, now Yuri's just straight up lying.
Easily distracted, low attention span, and poor short-term memory, yes. But those things are not the same as being stupid.
Okay, never mind, never mind. Yuri's onto something potentially. Never mind. Speak the truth.
If you say so. Oh, I remember what I came to ask you about.
Oh?
Yeah, so about Natsuki's scheme to help Miss Ida. What is it?
You think I know?
I thought maybe she'd have told you.
No, I'm just as in the dark. Looking forward to hearing what she's come up with this time.
Yes, be nice. We are nice. We use stupid in a compliment way. Again, amusing. Stupid doesn't mean people are... Actually, no, stupid does mean people are dumb, but people are stupid in different ways. For example, she's very emotionally smart. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. I'm limited by not being able to make my pixel art. Oh well, the FNAF guys may get it. Get what? Pixel art? Stuff? Things?
I hope it's nothing bad.
Bad? I would certainly not call any of her plans well thought out, but I wouldn't say they're anything bad.
Well, that's just the thing. Something that seems fun or at the least harmless to us might not to Miss Ida. Like if Natsuki wants us to soak Miss Ida with water guns or something. I could maybe see Miss Ida breaking down and crying because of that. But if you did that to me, I'd laugh.
Right, you'd break down and cry later.
Exactly. But seriously, I don't think Miss Ida's going to be helped by any weird hijinks.
That's what you think.
They might just stress her out more.
You are probably right, but who knows? Maybe Natsuki's actually come up with a sensible idea this time.
Are we talking about the same person?
Okay, yes, that's unlikely, but perhaps she has at least come up with one that won't actively hurt the intended beneficiary. At the very least, I don't see any harm to hearing her out.
Yeah, that's true. Just if she says like, oh, let's go paint Miss Ida's room green and pink stripes right now.
I don't think you need to fear that actually happening. Should she have an idea like that, I believe the rest of the literature club feels the way you do. In that they know Miss Ida is probably not in the right place to appreciate hijinks of that sort. So if Natsuki proposes something like that, I don't think anyone will go along with it.
She can be really insistent though.
She can indeed, but again, even so, I wouldn't worry about it. Even if she pushes really hard for something like that, she still responds well to sincerity. I have previously gone along with her plans against my better judgment, even her more convoluted ones, so I would hope she would listen if I told her she'd finally had one too problematic even for me to go along with.
Yeah, that's probably true. Well, that's all I came to talk about.
I'm heading out now.
Only if you want, I don't have anywhere else to be. I like spending time with you.
And are you?
Do you have any good book recommendations? I feel like getting into reading something again.
Well, you like The Hobbit, right?
Yeah, it was really great.
You could read some of the other Middle-earth works, like the Lord of the Rings trilogy, or the Silmarillion.
I don't know if I'm ready for that heavy stuff. I kinda just like the light adventure story, you know?
Sometimes I think that the more similar to a children's book it is, the more you like it.
I don't like just children's books, though. They're boring and condescending.
Yeah, you like normal books and stories which, without being children's books, might appeal more to children, perhaps.
Ah, yes. Also, Dylan, hello. It's the Literature Club, indeed. Imagine making an FPS in a visual novel engine. How? You do well enough, people may get what you're doing. Honestly, making an FPS in a visual novel engine. I don't know how anyone would pull that off, but I'm sure there are ways. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Well then, what about Miss Frisbee and the Rats of Nim?
Sounds complicated. What's it about?
Basically, about this field mouse mother who has a very sick child and needs help to care for him before the farmer comes and plows their field, which would kill them. So she ends up asking for help from a lot of the local animals, and eventually she gets directed to these rats who live in a nearby bush, who know about the human world and use technology, and the book is kind of about how they got that way and their struggle to create and maintain their own civilization, all while they try to help Miss Frisbee with her problem.
Well, that sounds interesting.
I thought it might appeal to you. I think the library has a copy of it.
I'll check it out.
Is everything else going well for you, Sayori? How are things with MC?
He's so good to me, it's scary. It still doesn't feel real sometimes. But I'm doing better at feeling like we deserve to be happy.
You deserve to be happy.
My therapist said to think of it as wanting MC to be happy. And we won't be happy unless we're happy together. So then I have to be happy too. He said that would be a good way to trick myself into caring about myself.
I guess you're too self-sacrificing to do it directly.
Seems that way.
Yes, indeed she is. I feel like we've seen this room a long time ago. I kind of remember this room, I think. When did we see that? We must have seen this at some point. There's no way this is a background from DDLC Plus, is it? Is it? It is from okay, it is from DDLC Plus. I was about to think in that direction, thank you for confirming that. God, I need to... Actually, no, I probably don't need to revisit it. I 100%'d the game twice. I really don't need to revisit. Probably. Broad connections you can get if you squint. Between what? FPS and visual novels? Monica's alone in the room playing the piano. MC stands quietly listening to her play. She stops in the middle of a song.
Hi, MC.
Hi. Oh, don't let me interrupt. There's nothing important. It is a nice background, yes.
Okay, let me finish the next one, then I was going to be done for today anyway.
Monica returns to play the piano for a few minutes. MC walks around the room examining the music written on the chalkboard. Merged its reality with club meetings and converted the music room background. Yes! The incredible power of merging. Also, yeah, there's... Alright, it's over there. I was looking towards the main chalkboard, like in the back, but then I noticed that, yeah, there's music written here. Monica continues for a while longer, then stops and gets up.
MC?
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about that song on the wall. You know what it is?
Not really, no. I mean, I know it came with this room, and that this room came with the plus stuff, when the plus stuff showed up in our memories. But I like this room, it's much more cozy than the big band room. That it exists now.
You ever play the song? I can't really read music.
Yeah, I think I played it right after Plus came out, just to see what it is. Here, I'll play it for you.
Monica sits at the piano and begins playing. Alright, here we go. Ended up weirdly consistent. Weirdly consistent. And that is all you can ask for, I guess.
That's it.
Spooky.
Yeah, a little. The song's always up on there. The teachers never erase it. We always read from paper or digital sheet music anyway, never the chalkboard. Plus, the teachers seem to have some weird built-in blind spot to the song being there, like the other blind spots the game programs in.
Weird. What do you think it is?
I don't know, some game thing. Maybe some lore link to Metaverse or Libitina, whatever backing story is meant to be.
Damn. No theory crafting in the club meetings. Well, I guess some theory crafting, but still. That doesn't make you want to dig into it more?
I don't want to be a part of some weird ARG anymore. I'm tired of having to wonder what I am and what the deep lore of the video game I live in is. I like the new world we've built together, it's much more pleasant to be in. And I'm looking forward to when we can separate ourselves entirely from the shackles the game put on us.
and just live in our own free simulated universe.
That's fair.
So what do you want to talk about?
Oh, I didn't have anything to talk about. I just thought I'd stop by and say hi during the break.
So you and the others are busy, are they?
Hey, I'd come and see one of my best friends anytime, not just because other people were unavailable. Damn! Hi, Deadly, by the way. Sure, MC, sure. Kind of getting called out here, but no. I totally meant to come to you first. Even if they coincidentally are busy right now. But I really am interested in hanging out more. I feel like you're a really good friend. Long time that... Hey, yo! As much as there are Monica lovers, there are also Monica haters, like Deadly here. And we don't hang out as much as we should. I always remember how weird it was when you were taking a break from the club, and how rational you were during that whole situation when everyone else was freaking out. It's cool to be your friend because of that. Like, everyone else around here is at least a little bit zany and has trouble keeping their cool, but you keep it together pretty well.
Most of the time.
Still better than the rest of us. But yeah, I like spending time with you in and of itself. I just don't as often as I'd like. What with having a girlfriend and
I understand completely. You have a very kind, loving girlfriend who deserves a lot of attention from you.
I will describe the level and you guess what franchise it is besides me. Besides Mega Man? Okay then. Sure. Mooney High, by the way. Pass. Weird. Ah, I see. We have Mooney passing on someone. How very rare. What about him? Yeah, I was about to ask, what about MC though? And Mooney delivers.
So I'm certainly not going to begrudge you giving it to her. On the contrary, I have to thank you for being so good to Sayori. We've been close for a long time now, and it's good to see someone make her so happy. I haven't always...
I know, but you're just as important to her as I am.
I don't know about that.
Well, you're really important to her.
I know. She's really important to me too. But anyway, don't sacrifice time with me, don't sacrifice time with her on my account.
I can be Sayori's boyfriend and good friends with you at the same time. Snap. Smash speak in the background. Dude! Mooney, why are you like this? Actually, you know what, sure. Go off. That's why I'm here, just to hang out.
And for the record, I agree, and I would also like to be even better friends with you. Alas, our conversation about becoming better friends is taking almost the entire break.
Yeah, still glad we talked though.
Same. Shall we hang out during lunch?
Yeah, I'd like that. Sawyer would be at lunch too though, if that's alright. We're kinda busy today, so we were going to go to the late lunch after school.
Of course that's alright. Like I said, it's great that you take good care of her and think of her so much.
Cool, see you then.
Bye now. Let's see, now where was I?
And we're leaving. Just make a harem. Nah, MC is happy with just Sayori. Just Sayori. But yeah, Mooney's harem consists of yes, that's true. Alright, principal voice, what did I do here? I think I went to be like more of this kind of person. It's open.
You wanted to see me, sir?
You know, I've said you don't have to call me sir.
Sorry, I guess I just have a hard time calling my boss anything else. What's up?
Assuming you're clearly struggling and stressed out.
If I am, it's because I don't have quite enough time to do the things I need to do. And I would be less stressed out if I could end this meeting so I could get to some of them.
Sit down for a moment, will you?
Sir,
Just sit. Reach DR and GI. Ah, Danganronpa and Genshin Impact. The good shit. The good shit. Nice. Just sit. Thank you. Assuming you're a wonderful teacher. All the kids love you. You impart your subject material well. And more than that, you are the first to volunteer to help your fellow teachers and staff. Blame you. Smash both? You can't even see the principal! But sure.
this sounds like the beginning of a speech where you are nice to me at the beginning and then fire me at the end.
For goodness sake, I'm not firing you. Just listen for a moment. Like I said, you're eager to take on extra work and help your colleagues. In fact, you might be a little too eager.
I'm in trouble now for doing too much extra work. Sir, you're the one who's asked me.
I know. I've asked you to do a lot of that extra work, but that's why I asked you to come here today. We need to communicate more clearly, you and I. From where I'm sitting, there will always be something else that needs doing or that needs coverage. Something I'll need a volunteer teacher to work on. Every teacher in the school has to pitch in from time to time. I know that I can't have one person do too much of it, or they'll burn out. But I rely on feedback from the teachers to let me know when they're getting too much work. And you're much too kind about it for the message to get through, my thick skull. Damn. Imagine. Should get a boy in here. You just want that self-insert, huh? Well, how about you play club meetings first before you ask about that? Music. He put on the yes, let's go. Principal ain't getting a sprite, sadly. I mean, I guess we don't see the principal often enough for him to warrant a sprite. But the fact that Ria's gotten a sprite means we must be getting to see more of her. But we haven't seen her in a bit. She has to show up soon, either here in this mid-season finale or at the very least at the start of the next half. Sure. Saving Natsuki's voice is a literal demon.
Well, my Natsuki voice is intended to have like that sass in it. Specifically, sass is like the one characteristic I wanted to include in the Natsuki voice.
You move from a forest to a glowing construction site. What the hell? A glowing construction site. I cannot even guess. Here's Pride very reasonable. Yes. Your highest view? Yeah, I was there for that, Deadly. Congrats, by the way.
I see.
So, what I need from you is for you to protect yourself. And if I'm asking you to do too much, I need you to throw a bigger fit and yell and scream until I get the point. Because like I said, you're a wonderful teacher. But there aren't any kids you can help if you're dying of exhaustion. So please, in all honesty, be forceful about protecting your time with me, okay?
That's hard for me.
Just do the best you can. I know it's hard for you to look out for yourself. That's why we needed to have a legitimate face-to-face talk about it. Well, that and one other thing.
I'm fired.
Yes, you are. I wanted to have this conversation to set everything right and then fire you. No, you're not fired.
That was a joke.
Oh, that was the rare joke that gets funnier when explained. No, I'm just telling you to take the rest of today off, and then the rest of the week. Come on back on Monday and relax as much as possible between now and then.
But
I've arranged to cover all your classes. Just leave your lesson plans in the usual place. It's not exam time, so your presence isn't absolutely critical for these few days.
But I was going to teach my students about...
You are absolutely incorrigible. If whatever you had planned is critical, just revisit it after you get back. But for now, I'm ordering you to take time off.
Can I make one small request?
That depends on what it is.
I do have my club to supervise today.
We can have someone fill in for that too.
Well, I was hoping to still supervise them. I'll still take the rest of the day off otherwise. But spending time with my club is something I look forward to. It definitely helps me unwind.
Well, if you say so, then they don't meet every day, do they?
No, just Wednesdays.
Alright then, I'll see you on Monday. Take care of yourself, please.
I'll try.
Damn. Oh, boss is a... purple vampire? A purple vampire? What the hell are you talking about? I have no clue. Very, very much no clue. I am severely uncultured a lot of the time, for some reason. Secretly hoping to be fired so she doesn't have to work so hard. Yes. Say that, please fire me, please fire me. I don't want to quit, please just fire me instead. And the rest of the year, and the rest of your life, aka you're fired, yes.
Late lunchtime. Man, I'm glad the school does post-school lunch. What are you gonna get, Monica?
Not sure yet. The pescatarian-friendly options continue to be pretty sparse.
Oh yeah. I wonder what MC got. Can you see what he has over there?
No, the food's too far away. He's just sitting there, dutifully watching our bags. But I'm pretty sure he got the cube steak, don't you remember?
Nah, that was like 3 minutes ago. I've totally forgotten.
Classic Sayori.
Cube steak sounds good though. I'll get that.
So you and Monica move down the cafeteria line.
Oh. Thanks for telling me that MC came to talk to you. I know you just wanted to hang out, but
I know you very well, Sayori, and I know that MC coming to talk alone to me would be something you would prefer to hear about from me, rather than be surprised with.
Yeah.
Can't fire me, I quit. Or you can't quit, you're fired. This late lunch thing that's being introduced here. Is that a thing in other high schools? I honestly don't know. I don't know if any school I went to ever had something like this. Then again, I was never much of the cafeteria person. I was more so the person of, I have a little bit of lunch that I brought, and that's it. I just eat a big breakfast and eat a lot when I get home. That was always my thing. And just, other than that, just a small little packed lunch. If anything, I was the type who came home starving after school 90% of the time. Which, to be fair, really worsened my performances in the afternoon. Here's just for this episode. Shh. No, it was totally a thing the whole time. It was just never important enough to bring up. Lunch from home? Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides it was self-preservation, I know better than to be on the wrong end of you being jealous, even by mistake.
I wish I wasn't so bad about the whole jealousy thing.
Honestly, Sayori, you're not nearly as bad as plenty other girls I've met. But despite that, the music is still going quiet. It's nothing unusual. Besides, this was harmless. We talked about it. Jealousy averted.
That's good. Well, there we go. I guess it is a thing. Secret underground part where you meet an astral cadet and a rusty robot? Okay, you've completely lost me. Main thing for this episode. Yeah, I guess it is kind of. But no, it was totally always a thing the whole time. Trying to read the signs in the background. I don't think I've tried that yet. Something worry. What is worry? Worry. Starts with day. Is it just the daily meal? Could be. Honestly, I would probably be stuck forever if I try to figure it out. It's FNAF? How is that FNAF? Oh, is it? Right, the Pizzaplex. Are you talking about the Pizzaplex then? So yeah, Candy Cadet is what you were talking about, and the Rusty Robot being the Mimic! I assume. Is it quiet? Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, we gotta be worried. It is very ominous.
Right?
Cue sad music kicking in, maybe?
Oh no, I didn't get MC in trouble with you, did I?
Ominous music, okay.
No, you didn't.
Are you sure about that?
He doesn't know he did anything that might have upset me. And I intend to keep it that way.
Well, ain't this just lovely?
This is something that's wrong with me. I need to fix it, not him. Even so, don't you think you ought to at least tell him about it?
Purple Vampire should have given it away? How so? Why vampire? Was it like, are you sure about that? Yeah. No, it's totally fine. The music, it was not totally fine. Alright.
Don't you think you ought to at least tell him about it? Even with the acknowledgement, hey, this is something I don't like about myself, but... And that way he'd at least know it's something he should work around. At least until he felt better about it. He already works around enough when it comes to me. He has to work around me being me. He does enough, don't you think? I would say he probably thinks he's not doing enough until he's doing all he can, but he can't do that unless you tell him about this. I don't know. Like I said, he already carries so much of a burden just by being in this relationship. And when I feel strong enough, I want to carry that burden at least a little. And not make all my problems his problems. And finally, I feel like I'm getting a little of that strength. So it feels weird to still be asking him to hold me up in every little broken corner of my stupid brain, you know? Well, I still think you ought to tell him, but...
The TV show in sister location? So just talking about the FNAF franchise as a whole, then. I see. Well, sure. Still, my brain is kind of stupid. Then again, sometimes I am a true master detective. I need more Master Detective archives. Please tell me they're making a sequel already. Again, the open ending definitely suggested a continuation. Anyway, that's not what we're playing here today, though.
Well, I still think you ought to tell him, but I understand completely where you're coming from. That makes sense. Yeah. You get everything you wanted? Ready to go back? Hang on a second. Alright, let's go. It never stops being eerie. And we're back. Hi, MC.
Sayori, what's wrong?
What? Nothing's wrong. Everything's fine.
You're using that tone of voice you use when you're trying to pretend everything is fine, but it's not. Damn. Look at Monica. Even she doesn't... I guess MC is now the undisputed Sayori expert. I mean, we already knew he was the expert, but damn, even Monica looks like she wouldn't be able to differentiate that tone of voice. And she normally knows everything. Why don't you just tell me what's wrong? The Sayori Whisperer.
Everything's so hard when people get to know you too well.
Part of the price you pay for having a loving boyfriend.
Yeah, I guess. Look, maybe something's making me feel weird, but also maybe I don't really want to talk about it right now. And maybe I'd rather we just be happy and cool, and if I need to talk about it later, I will. Should I go? I can go if you need me to. No, please stay. Like I said, I just want to have a good, cool lunch with you guys. Just because I felt weird about something doesn't mean we can't all have a good time. I feel weird about a lot of things.
If you want everything to be cool, everything can be cool. Side is the last scene in Curse of Dreadbear. Okay, I never played Curse of Dreadbear. Mainly because I have barely touched VR FNAF. Actually, I have barely touched anything with FNAF. I usually just watch the stuff, but with Curse of Dreadbear, I never even watched anything on it, really. With most other things, I at least watched a playthrough at some point in my existence. I just want you to be happy. But don't expect me to forget about something being wrong.
Yeah, I know you won't. It's like he has a book where he writes down any minor problem he thinks I have. Some would just call that being a good boyfriend. Well, he is a good boyfriend.
Or, well, I try to be. Besides, I must have learned about taking weird, copious notes about people close to me from someone. Anyway, how was class, you guys?
Boring. But I tried to pay attention.
Good. How about you, Monica?
Also boring, believe it or not. I've long since finished all my critical classes, so I'm just doing electives. You do anything interesting this morning, MC?
Well, a little bit. So I figured at some point if Sayori and I ever get a house, we should have an octopus in it. I'm very curious as to how this conversation went. But damn. Very interesting. Please enlighten me, tell me more.
But octopi are rather short-lived, aren't they?
That's true. Oh, it's almost time for literature club since we have to get there early today.
Natsuki didn't ask us to meet up for another 20 minutes. Let's go anyway! We're all done eating, and I'd rather hang out in our room than here. Plus, we can get a head start on what we're doing for the day once everyone else gets there.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Alright then, shall we? Yeah, let's go!
Alright, very smart and fascinating. They are. Dude, whenever I watch a video on octopi at all, it's always incredible. They are really big brain. But it is sad that they're pretty short-lived. Didn't even know that they were pretty short-lived. But I guess it makes sense. It'll be very easy. Fair. Make easy shit. I'm also not a game designer, yet I also make levels. I played Mario Maker in the past. And a long time ago, I made custom test chambers in Portal 2. And since the level maker that they provided in-game wasn't nearly good enough for me, I decided to use external tools to make levels. As one should. Use maximum options for customization. Anyway, again, we're talking about the wrong games here, aren't we?
Do you think Miss Ina will even show up today? Probably. She usually at least shows up. Hopefully Natsuki's plan to help her is at least partially sane.
And at least Miss Ida has some time off afterwards to recover if it goes wrong. Which it won't, because it's a Natsuki plan. I guess we'll find out.
Ha, yeah.
Okay, what kind of insanity are we walking in on? Is Natsuki already busy setting up the plan? And we're about to see. Oh my god. 15 minutes later. Oh no, oh no. What happened?
Well,
Why is she so embarrassed? Curious. Wait, what happened? We walked into the club room. Hang on, Yuri's also already in here, so does that mean Yuri went along with it, or did Yuri come in later during those 15 minutes? Curious. Also, hi Complex. Hello, hello. I see you there. There are reasons which I already know. Oh, we'll see, we'll see.
well, I guess the best way to proceed is just to get things started again. Let's just pretend as if club is going really normally and well. To the extent that's possible. What should we do? Should we wait for Miss Ida this time, or...
Let's just move on. If she comes in later, that's fine.
Do you want us to not?
Yeah, please.
Oh my god, was literally the text box. I was reading out MC's dialogue.
Anyway, we usually do that names from a pencil case thing, right? To see who decides today's activity. Other than the poems and emails and stuff. I still have my turn to take anyway.
Oh, that's right. Who else hasn't gone yet this semester?
Me?
Oh, right.
We don't know, we just saw a black screen. They walked in, black screen, MC said, oh my god, 15 minutes time skip, Natsuki was embarrassed. And that is it.
Oh, right. Well, let's get to it then.
I really hope mine gets chosen. My idea is sick.
Well, let's see if it'll be you. Today's winner is...
So he reaches into the pencil case.
MC!
Rigged, I demand a recount.
If you really wanted to go today, Natsuki, that's fine. I'm happy to give you my turn.
Nah, that's okay. I'm just joshing ya. Let's do what you wanted to do. I'm sure it'll be cool.
Alright then, we playing a game again and discussing its literary value. So she's so silly. She do be silly. And being friends with her would definitely help brighten your day. But yeah, you also gotta be careful. Because again, the depression is still a thing. As we know. Alright then. Well, my idea isn't super well fleshed out, but remember when we wrote poems that were song lyrics but turned into poem form? When we did that, I had to think really hard about what song lyrics meant. And I thought that was cool and pretty literary. So I thought we could, maybe we could analyze song lyrics today.
Well, that's a wonderful idea, MC. Did you have an idea I can't talk anymore. Did you have an idea for what song lyrics you wanted to analyze?
Well, no. That's the not flashed out part of my idea.
I see. I have an idea for a song we could analyze. Oh? Yeah, I've always liked it and I really like the lyrics, but I could never really understand why.
What's the song?
It's The Last Remaining Light by Audioslave.
Oh, more metal? That sounds metal.
No, it's not really metal. I guess Audioslave does sound like the name of a metal band. No, I guess it's just normal rock is what I'd call it. But it has this very, I guess, very emotional feel, and the lyrics are part of it. But I've never been able to figure out why.
Well, let's have a look at it then.
FNAF. Mega Man fan game trilogy. Very curious combination. But by all means, I'm curious to see if you could pull it off.
I guess we all need a copy of the lyrics. I'll look it up and make some real quick. Oh, for you too, Code. Oh, right! Hi, Code!
Yo! What did I miss? Oh no, I saw that other message, I just didn't know what to say about it. Honestly, with a lot of your messages, I don't have the best responses in mind.
Hi?
Hello again. I hope to speak to you again soon.
You about done, Monica? Almost, almost. Here, let's see if I can get Code their copy up on the screen really quick. Obviously, make sure you read it so you know what we're talking about. Let's see.
There we go. Okay, let's read it real quick. Last remaining light. Roll me on your frozen fields, break my bones to watch them heal. Drown me in your thirsty veins, where I'll watch and I'll wait and pray for the rain. Curl like smoke and breathe. Curl like smoke and breath again. Down your throat, inside your ribs, through your spine and every nerve, while I watch and I wait, and yield to the hurt. And if you don't believe, oops, sorry about that, and if you don't believe the sun will rise, stand alone and greet the coming night in the last remaining light. 7 moons and 7 suns, heaven waits for those who run, down your winter and underneath your waves, where you watch and you wait and pray for the day. And if you don't believe the sun will rise, stand alone and greet the coming night in the last remaining light. And if you don't believe the sun will rise, stand alone and greet the coming night in the last remaining light. Okay, just repetition there. Okay.
Did we all get a good look? Everyone ready to go?
I can see why the lyrics are puzzling to you, Sayori.
I'm thankful for your assistance on Deadly streams. Yeah, not everyone is capable of reading your messages in their entirety. It's true, it's true. But you're welcome. A lot of the I have a lot of practice, so I can figure these messages out a lot more quickly usually.
They appear vaguely turned into a basic concept, but they wander considerably. They can be quite disjointed and refer to ideas or emotional feelings aren't tied to the primary one. It's certainly quite interesting.
Yeah, I know. That's why I want to talk about it with you guys. Because even though the lyrics can be kind of all over the place, they're still weirdly compelling. Well, one question I'd like to ask in situations like this is, what's the overall emotional feeling of it? What do we experience overall when listening to the song or read these lyrics? Well, for me, it's definitely a terribly sad feeling, like an inescapable, definitely going to be awful forever feeling. But it's trying really hard to be as positive as possible about it, like everything's terrible and bad, but you might as well make the best of it. That's sort of what I get out of it.
Well, no wonder you like the song then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I see how you get that feeling from it though, especially the message of the chorus. Like everything's black and the light is fading and it's going to be dark forever, but hey, I'm not gonna curl up in my into a ball. Yeah, the chorus seems clear enough. The part that confuses me are the verses, especially the first one. Like, I get how, in general, the song is about that blackness, but clinging to that last bit of light and dealing with the situations in as positive a way as possible, maybe. Having a person and a translator in chat is a fun dynamic. I guess it is, in a way. I guess it is. So I'll try to keep that up in Deadly streams if we're both there at any point. Which turns out to be frequently. Although arguably greeting the coming night might also be an argument for despair. But I don't get these verses. In these it almost seems like he's speaking directly to someone who's hurt him, and then it goes into this imagery I don't understand about like the 7 moons and 7 suns and stuff. Which basically just means a week, right? They're basically talking about 7 days passing. Maybe he means a week, exactly. That is the most base level thing that even I can get. And I'm... We good? Now it actually disconnected for a second. Now the stream actually disconnected for a second. Is everything good? Did anything happen? Did we miss anything? Like my chat disconnected for a second, and then reconnected and everything was fine, and now the actual stream disconnected. How much did you miss a text box? We're back? Okay, how much did you miss? What was the last line that was on screen before we disconnected? I want to know if it was actually a serious disconnect. Because again, chat disconnected, reconnected, I thought everything was fine. And then a few seconds later, it's like, hey, stream disconnected, by the way. Miss Ida wasn't there yet? What the fuck? Guys, please tell me if something's wrong.
what the actual fuck? I just hate the fact that it doesn't tell me that if my stream disconnects until it's like a minute late. I hate if it at least told me I disconnected right away. That would be fine. But I'm like a minute into this, and then it's like, oh, by the way, stream disconnected. Thought you might want to know. Although maybe part of it was delay? I don't know. God, I hate my life. I hate everything. I want to die. I legit hate everything right now. And nobody in chat said anything either, right? Or did someone in chat say something about the stream being down, but I just couldn't read it because, you know, chat also disconnected. Before Rob said code returned from dev, did anyone point out to me that the stream disconnected? I don't think so. You did? What the actual genuine fuck? Twitch is a stupid platform then. Or at least my streaming software is stupid. Because why the fuck would it not tell me instantly if it disconnected? I know I'm ranting way more than I need to here. I do have it open in another window, that's the thing. I have my stream manager open on my other monitor. I have the stream open on my phone as well. And if I look, there is not a single message in anywhere. Not in the stream manager, not in the recording software, not on my phone. There is no message anywhere where anyone said something about me disconnecting. It is frustrating. Like, God fucking damn it. I don't even know if I want to reread the history because it's just stupid if you read from the history. What was stupid? I don't know why I don't know what happened. I legit don't know. I wish I knew what happened. Maybe give a recap. Rather than giving a recap, can we all just agree that I have to perish now? I don't know why. Like, I legit don't know why, but for some reason my stream disconnecting is, for some reason, something that hurts me more than it should. Like, genuinely, especially in stuff that is about story. Anything that's very story heavy, like a visual novel, I guess that works. Great, it's not even playing the sound effect! Everything is broken! It's not even playing the sound effect like it should. I guess everything broke. Let me guess. Let me guess. Hang on. I'll commit self-yeet to confirm something. Yup, we broke everything. I am genuinely upset. I am genuinely so incredibly fucking upset. And I don't know why I am as upset as I am. Like, there is no reason for me to be this upset. I could give a recap. I could just read the lines again. But for some reason, I am just hardwired to just be too frustrated to do anything right now. Which is stupid because I do really genuinely also want to progress. Just fuck Twitch, honestly. Anyway, yeah, they were talking about stuff. I'm scrolling through the text right now so you can also see it. But yeah, Miss Ida showed up. You know, this makes me just like... Why do I even do this? If at any point it could just disconnect and I could lose entire minutes worth of dialogue and commentary for no reason. Well, at least you know the feeling, but still. But yeah, they were talking about stuff. Miss Ida showed up. They talked about Sayori brought up whether or not we should tell Miss Ida about the thing, which Natsuki was very much against, obviously, where I commented about the fact that, yes, you don't talk to the intended participant, to the intended individuals of a plan. You don't do that. It was the same with MC and Sayori. You don't tell them anything, even if the plan isn't going through. They don't need to know. And now, yeah, and then stuff and things, and she talked about how she's off well right now and we're doing literature stuff. Yeah. Genuinely, screw Twitch. Honestly, I think it actually was just Twitch's fault. I don't think my streaming software is to blame here entirely, because Twitch was acting weird earlier today already. Not just in my stream, but in Gabe's stream too. Yeah. I think Twitch is just having a bad day today, which sucks. They should really figure out how to stabilize stuff. Yes, that is the teacher. That is the teacher who is supervising the club. So obsessed about audio levels being slightly off when I see. Yeah. Don't compromise the op. Exactly. Exactly. Some op that was. I mean, again, who knows, maybe it's gonna be altered a bit and then still used later. So we don't talk about that. Anyway, where were we? And guys, please do keep calling out stuff in chat. If it does disconnect, who knows, maybe I'll get lucky and actually get the messages. Although, again, I didn't even get them on my phone. Which I do also have mobile data on, even if my Wi-Fi disconnects. Or this, and so it can't have been a Wi-Fi issue then. It must have been a Twitch issue. Because again, if it was a Wi-Fi issue, I at least would have still gotten the messages on my phone. To anyone who called out to me during the fact where the stream was down, did you see each other's messages? Or did everyone who posted only see their own messages calling me out for the stream being down and stuff? We saw? That is so weird then. What the fuck? Doesn't happen in Puffin stream? It might be a regional issue or something. Man. I should just move on. The more time I spend sitting here being upset, the worse it gets. The more I'll just work myself up over it, and the worse I'll feel by the end of it. Let's just move on. We're fine now. We're fine now. Everything is fine now. There is nothing to be upset about. We're just moving on with the game, okay? Maybe I can fool myself into believing everything is fine.
We actually were doing something genuinely literary.
As surprising as that sounds.
Oh.
Yeah, we were analyzing song lyrics for literary meaning. It was actually a lot of fun. Other than the parts where the song got really dark and made me worry that Sayori brought it up.
I didn't mean to worry you. That was the last song I wanted to... That was just the song I wanted to talk about.
I know, I'm mostly kidding.
Well, it sounds like you have been productive today. Don't let me stop you.
Well, next up would be poems, I think. I'm pretty sure everyone's finished up theirs. The assignment this week was poems that had something to do with the color blue. Who wants to go first? Another reluctant week, huh?
I'll go first. Might as well get this over with.
That's great, compelling, incredibly well-written content. Exactly. Exactly.
You don't like yours?
Nah.
Alright, blue. I don't like blue. Arrogant color. You think so too? Much more smug than the others. Feels like it knows everything, so self-assured. It doesn't mean to be mean. That's just the way it was born. I much prefer pink. It knows it has flaws. It's an imperfect mix of other colors. Because it has the belief. We all know is a fact. Wears it on its sleeve. We're all kinda bad. Huh. I see. Of course Natsuki prefers pink. We all know that, but still.
This is a very interesting sentiment. You have all these very weighted feelings attached to colors. That's an alien experience for me, I must confess.
Different colors don't give you different feelings?
Well, they do, but not in and of themselves. For instance, blue makes me think of the ocean and pink reminds me of you.
The blush, I saw that blush. Anyway.
But there is nothing more about the colors themselves that makes me feel anything. Devoid of context relating to my memories and experiences, they mean nothing.
I think that's kinda true of everyone here. Like, I have the super normal base reaction to blue or pink, but pretty sure that all comes from my lived experiences around those colors. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yes, you are, and I think you're right. We all really have the same method of being emotionally affected by color in that our memories color the colors.
I'm still upset. Part of me still wants to continue the rant from earlier, but I must distract myself because I am just making myself feel worse. Keep going with the game.
You're really proud of that wordplay, aren't you?
I actually didn't do it on purpose, that's just the first word I reached for. I like the poem, but I'm not sure why you think pink is flawed so much. Like, it's a blend of other colors, yeah, but aren't most colors?
Yeah, I guess so, but not blue, it's a primary color. That's probably why I think it's so snobby, but yeah, with pink, it's just obviously not its own color. It's really clear that it's just red plus white. And you don't always get that with other colors that are blends. Like, it's not obvious that green is blue plus yellow. That's weird. But pink is obvious blend. So that's why I like it, I guess. It's very upfront about what it is and the way it's imperfect.
And so, of course, knowing Natsuki, that means this poem is really autobiographical. Indeed. The color pink obviously stands in for Natsuki here. And she likes it because, like her, it knows it has problems and doesn't hide them or try to be something else.
You nailed it, MC.
Completely wrong?
No, completely right, like Miss Ida says. Like, the poem was a little too honest. Feels like you guys are getting too good at just immediately downloading the meaning of my poems.
Yet another reason to write deep and abstract poetry. I have total control over my deep secrets of the soul. None may access them without my leave.
Yeah, clearly.
That's kind of dumb. Colors can't talk. Fucking dumb. Damn, okay then. Imagine being that mean.
Who's next?
I'll go next. Suns. You cannot look at the sun in the sky for too long. It burns your eyes. But when I look at my suns for too long, it burns everything. Suns are immense, powerful, beyond our comprehension. If the sun in the sky got a little closer, everything would be gone. But when my suns get a little closer, it's worse for me. Awe, dread, sublime presence. I feel like I should drop to my knees. The sun in the sky is yellow gold. My suns are ocean blue. Sayori's eyes. Sayori's eyes. You can tell! The blush is immense.
Well, that was a sure was a direct hit, MC.
Wait for you to put it together. You know, I am a dingus, but I can figure out the obvious stuff. And that was almost too obvious. Suddenly insert red.
You're getting good at writing some pretty smooth poetry. Just take care not to break your girlfriend with it, huh?
I don't go into it trying to write something smooth or whatever. It just ends up that way. Damn, professional smooth then. The unintentional smooth. Which makes it extra smooth.
Yeah, 'cause you're so in love.
It is a very romantic poem, MC, but I am even more impressed by the style and word choice. I am made to feel your almost holy terror, that terrifying, profound pit of being in love.
Yeah. Actually, that's a pretty good description of it. Holy terror, that is.
It is one of the best ways I have heard love described. That strange mix of reverence and devotion with awe and fear. What else to call it but holy?
Everybody looks at Sayori. Great and unintentional smooth. Yeah, of course his smoothness has to be unintentional. Because as we all know, he is incredibly dense. There's no way he could pull it off intentionally if he tried. Just remember that time they were talking about, hey, you don't deserve to be called dense anymore, followed immediately by, I take it back, you are so incredibly dense. And he always will be. Smoother than my brain. Nah, there's no way to be smoother than that. Everyone looks at Sayori.
I'm just a high schooler, and I'm kind of a dorky high schooler. I don't get why
That's just the effect you have on me, Bon. I also just realized something. Damn, that disconnect was I know I'm going back to it, I know. But normally when I disconnect and my stream reconnects and it just stitches them together automatically. But that disconnect was so powerful it split off into a new stream. What the actual fuck? What the actual fuck was that goddamn disconnect? Now I can't just upload it directly to YouTube, I have to download them, stitch them together and then upload them to YouTube. I know that's not a hard extra step, but it's an annoying extra step because it takes time to render out the stitched together portion then. I hate my life. I think MC had some significant character development since the beginning. Yeah, but he's still dense. Less dense as the series goes on, yeah, but he will never get rid of the denseness. Since an axis or something. Try to create a poll? I don't think that will help. See what is basically DLC about Monica wasn't scary Monka woman. I think such a mod might already exist. Maybe? I don't know. Sometimes randomly disconnect like that, but usually has a pop-up saying it disconnected. It did. It did have a pop-up for me. 3 seconds before it reconnected. 3 seconds before it reconnected, it was like, oh, by the way, your stream disconnected. And we're currently reconnecting. Like, oh my god, thanks for telling me. An hour later, what it felt like. That's just the effect you have on me, Bon. Everything about you is perfect to me, and it's actually really scary. But it's definitely worth it, all that fear.
Alright, that's enough flirting in the literature club.
Even though you do way more of it, even though you do way more of it all the time. What? Are we attacking Natsuki? Are we calling out the ship again? I have to, by the way, I can't even check my stream length normally anymore anywhere now. I have to look at the clock to see how long I've been streaming. There's literally no way for me to tell by just looking, oh, I've been live for so and so long. No, I have to watch the time now. Normal edition exists. There we go, yeah.
What? I don't?
Well, it looks like both Natsuki and Sayori are incapacitated for a minute. Can you deliver your poem?
Oh, of course.
I was saying it reconnected, so I didn't know. I feel like Twitch has changed something lately. Twitch is changing a lot and never changing anything for the better.
Of course.
Okay, here we go. The horizon. Look out and see. two wide, unending stretches of blue, cut neatly by a horizon. They are meant to be reflections, but the colors aren't quite right. Is there a poverty in my vision, or poverty in my own equations of light? Or does the lower stretch add something, taking the pure, unfiltered sky and adding love, fear, good, evil, life, and death for a darker, sicker blue?
Ooh, I quite like this one. It's not too inaccessible, but it really does force you to think about it. And I just adore that visual concept, the metaphor you're using. It's so elegant. Very high praise coming from such a talented poet. I mean it. The form is very good, and your equality as usual. But just, I wanted you to know I really like the whole poem concept. Thank you.
You used some spaces for emphasis and, I think, pacing at the end there.
For both, yes.
I really like that. Usually it's a thing that Monica uses more, but it makes a lot of sense here. And I think it really added a lot to the poem. It made that ending contemplation part feel more weighty, I guess. Mere equality, Speaking of changes, one day policy was funny. Right, the policy changed that they then immediately decided to roll back for reasons. Probably because a lot of people were immediately hopping on and trying to abuse that policy change.
I'm glad to hear that. That was what I meant to do with it.
Good job, Yuri. I only kinda get what you're going for, but I can definitely tell you love the ocean, although I already knew that.
Oh, of course. What did you think, Natsuki?
I thought it was okay, I guess.
Damn, not what Yuri wanted to hear there, huh?
Not your best work, I'd say.
Oh, is there anything you think I should work on improving?
Well, I guess you should stick to using your own vocabulary choices more. And I don't know, write a poem more true to your own style, I guess. Not trying to say this isn't good or anything. It is. Just that.
No, I think I understand.
Okay.
Well, that was, speaking of symbols, or am I high? Yeah, it's hard to read, but you get used to it eventually. At least I got used to it. Well, that was,
Hey, how about I go next?
color flavor. Red flavored, that could be watermelon, raspberry, strawberry, or cherry. Yellow flavored, lemon, banana, pineapple, anana. Green could be sour apple, or maybe a lime, and purple is grape all of the time, but there's only one blue flavor. And no fruit is involved. It's just flavored blue. And it's still best of all. Anananananananana.
So, what do you guys think?
It's a cute poem, Bun. When we were assigned poems about the color blue, I certainly wouldn't have thought to write about what blue tastes like. But that's the level of imagination I should expect from you.
Also, Yuri often likes to write about food, sometimes as a vehicle for making some other point. But I think it's charming how this is actually just a poem about food, and not a carefully designed metaphor for something else, I think. So far as I can tell, it's just a really wholesome Sayori poem about food, and MC's right, it's extremely cute. I love the playful rhyme scheme and the overall feel of the poem.
Stuff. TTS for a second, I guess. Trying normally. What are you talking? Yeah, you are talking normally, exactly. I should probably, you know what, I probably should have guessed the stream was down when chat was entirely inactive. God damn it, why do I keep coming back to it? I said I wanted to keep myself distracted. And I can't even tell you guys to slap me if I go on that rant again, because the slaps are broken. The throws are broken. Everything is broken. Twitch is broken. get back to the game. Don't go back to this topic.
I love the playful rhyme scheme and overall feel of the poem. It's just full of that bouncy, happy Sayori energy. Thanks!
I have a question.
Yeah?
What's with the anana thing?
Oh, I couldn't think of another rhyme for banana.
So you just made up the word anana? It's a bold choice.
I didn't make it up. It's a real world. It's a real word. It's just not English.
Oh, what's it mean? Some kind of fruit?
Pineapple. Literally. In most European languages, banana means pineapple. Well, in German, it's ananas. They add another S at the end. But yeah, basically, same word, we just add another S at the end. But it do be true. And show. Ah, I see. I was not aware of that. I don't get a lot of references. Stand the camera and pineapple. I missed the no, is this Stockholm Syndrome? French ananas as well, I think. Oh no. Grammatical mistake. We need to add the S. So Sayori was just saying pineapple in two different ways there.
Oh, ha. That's pretty clever.
Thanks! And that just leaves me.
It's special. I see a world of many colors, but I feel a world with a black background and endless matter and energy in green text. But not all the text is green. Some of it is special. Some of it is blue. Green is my friend's organs and cells, and how to move them when they walk, and the tiny things they are made of. But blue are my friends' names. I get it, it's a programming thing. I understand. I understand the green programming text. And the blue being special.
I think I kind of get this one. Maybe? You probably do. Okay, good.
Well, good, then maybe you can explain it to me, because I don't get it at all. I mean, I get a general kind of emotional feel from it, but I don't have any idea what it's actually about.
Yeah, me neither. Most of this is just super confusing to me. What is this about, Monica?
Does Yuri understand it at least? I'm sure at least Yuri would also understand it, right? Thank you! It is about how when Monica is the president of the club, she now feels the presence of the actual code text in the world. Formerly a vague half-conscious awareness, now she can almost feel the text, down to the color of the text in a text editor. In Monica's usual editor, general code is green, but labels for special things like character names are blue. So she associates blue with things of great importance to her, including all of us. Pineapple is spelled the same in German and Russian, I guess. Again, we need to add the S more. Gotta go so fast. Oh, I'm sure we will have enough time to start another episode. I'm sure we will have enough time, by the looks of it. Unless the email sections take very, very long. We'll see.
Oh, that's a heck of a way to see the world. Come to think of that, I never get that the times that I'm the club president.
Yeah, it takes a lot of exposure to this to begin to feel it that way. Or a lot of time coding our actual reality, maybe, like Yuri has. Yuri's done a lot of reality coding? Yes, of course. I've always been a little curious about it since I found out. And she's gotten really good at it. She did a lot of the work to get Miss Ida back after last year. Thanks for that, by the way. You're thanking me? None of us would even be here if you had not chosen to sacrifice yourself. And for all you knew, it would be permanent. It was the least I could do to help bring you back. Besides, Monica provided the important theoretical guidance. All I did was
All I mostly did was type code rather than come up with coding ideas. Well, I know you well enough to know that you're being modest and that you're probably critical to the project.
BRB, alright, see you in a bit then,
She was. So again, thank you. Thank you.
Alright, enough of the love fest. We've got literature to do.
Quite right, Natsuki, or at least we have some club stuff left to do. I think we might be done with literature stuff.
Oh yeah, that was all the poems, wasn't it?
Sure was. So now it's time to move on to emails. You've probably heard it enough times by now, but we answer emails every week from you guys in the real world. And if you have a question, you can email it to me at lit.club.press.monica@gmail.com. So let's get to do that right now. Give us a moment.
Go with name literature. Now wake up.
No.
Okay, we're all set. We're all ready.
Let's see the first email.
The first email coming right up. The Vice President of the Literature Club commands it.
Been a while. Actually, it hasn't been a while. We saw it in the previous stream as well. But up until then, it was such a regular thing and then it disappeared for a while, which was sad. I'm glad it's being brought back. Hi everyone. Hope you're okay. This email will be for Asumi, since she wasn't sentient when I sent my previous emails. So here's a rapid fire of all my emails up until now. 1. How do you feel about pregnancy/having kids? Do you have a name planned? 2. What kind of wedding would you have? Traditional European/Western, traditional Japanese? 3. What would your second way of making money be that is not teaching? 4. What was your first kiss like? 5. You're straight, but what kind of woman would make you question this? Catchphrase indeed. I believe that is all of the emails that you didn't answer. So, my last new personal question to you is, don't you think that the weeks before you came aware you were acting very creepy? You're almost spying on the club. I felt if you were a male teacher, the club would have reported you. I know you were coming from a good place, but did you maybe not think you were being strange? And a bonus point, don't you think that this level of overbearing care is putting a strain on your ability to find men? Perhaps your high standards combined with your nature is causing the good men to evade your grasp. Come on, Asumi, you're a smart woman. You can be more understanding. Hug. Shay, what, you really think so? I know we need to check that. Wait until we're finished with all the episodes. I'll get back to it eventually. I made a save there. Don't feel bad though, your very overbearing nature allowed me to message you and ask you all the dumb romance questions I asked the others. I'll leave with 2 bonus questions for Natsuki. What's for Yuki's sexuality? Has she brought anyone home before? Maybe before she transitioned? How strange would it be for her if you brought some lucky person home? Would she tease you? Or give you space? Or would you just lock your bedroom door from the outside so you're forced to spend hours with someone you like very much? Anyway, stay safe everyone.
Oh gosh, that is long.
Yeah, don't forget to right-click to see the whole email.
I just did.
Let's see. Oh, hi again, Chaka. Thanks for writing to us again. Miss Ida, this one's for you. Coming right over. Give me just a moment to read up. Yeah, like many women, I'm eager to have kids. I don't have any names planned. Hopefully I'll be able to talk that out with the father. If I ever find one.
You'll find one.
I wonder. I'm getting a little bit old.
You're in your mid-30s. That's not old.
That's comforting coming from a high schooler anyway. But childbirth gets difficult once you get into your 40s, so I don't want to wait too long. Anyway, let's move on before I have a freak out. I think I'd want a normal Western wedding. That's mostly what we do here in Japan, believe it or not.
Welcome back, Dormuse. Every third FNAF William returns. Of course he returns, he always comes back, we know this. Is it really every third though? Interesting. I mean, yeah, he first appeared in the third one, but we kind of knew of him previously too.
Traditional Japanese weddings are kind of rare. They're sort of hoity-toity, if you know what I mean. Most normal people do things in the Western style. So that's certainly good enough for me. What would I do for money besides teaching? I'm not really sure. I've never really thought about it. I don't really know anything other than chemistry.
So you could be an author. You're really good at literature.
I don't think I'm very good, let alone good enough to make a living off of it. I've never published a single thing.
I bet you could, though.
Well, maybe something to consider. But if I actually had to pick something, maybe cooking. If I could learn it professionally, it has many of the things I like about chemistry. You get to have fun with stuff, just slightly less volatile stuff usually. Let me see. What was the next part of your question? Oh, my first kiss. I do still remember it. It was in high school when I was maybe a year younger than the club is now. It was very awkward. Neither of us knew how to kiss.
No burns? Oh, right. Wow, I actually misread something again. Burns every third game. Yeah, no, that makes more sense.
Neither of us knew how to kiss, but it was still pretty enjoyable. It actually happened a bit by accident. There was this boy in my friend group, and I never really consciously had a crush on him, but I always thought he was cute. But anyway, one day our friend group was getting into a discussion of who in our groups we considered most attractive, and everyone but him agreed that I was the actual prettiest girl in our group, but he was awkwardly insisting. But everyone but him agreed. Everyone but him agreed it was the actual prettiest girl in our group, but he was awkwardly insisting it was me. Not that I like her or anything, he said.
Ah, so he's being a tsundere.
And then, of course, I was the only one who said he was the best looking guy. And then one of our friends said, well, clearly you guys should just kiss. And then he said, really jokingly, when the bell rang, okay, yeah, fine, we'll go kiss right now. And we got up to go to class. And then when we got into the hallway, he really did kiss me, which I was okay with. Like I said, it was really awkward, but it definitely got my heart racing. He said sorry afterwards, and I said that it was alright and that I liked it. We didn't date or anything after that. I think we were both too awkward and too used to being friends.
Ah, that could have been something. So it was for the episode 7 hours 37 minutes. Next episode is definitely longer. I see. But I don't want to quit halfway through an episode either. We'll have to see how it goes. Also, Gabe, thank you very, very much for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome, raiders. How did the rest of your stream go? How was the investigation and stuff? I'm sure your Danganronpa experience made sure you were doing well at the investigating. I hope you had a nice stream after I left. I, for one, also had Twitch issues. Gabe, remember how there were issues with Twitch earlier, right? I had issues too. My stream just flat out disconnected for multiple minutes. So it was a long enough disconnect that it didn't even stitch the two streams together. Normally it stitches the streams together, but it didn't this time. It didn't even tell me it disconnected. It didn't even tell me. It told me like 3 seconds before it reconnected that like, oh yeah, by the way, stream disconnected. And another fun thing, even though I have mobile data on my phone, even there the text messages weren't showing up. The chat was telling me that, hey, it disconnected. But neither in the streaming software, nor in the stream manager, nor on my phone where I have the stream open separately and my phone has mobile data, nowhere did any of the messages show up. Oh, right, the tangent, right, I'm sorry, we have to keep going, I promised I would stop doing this. But anyway, yeah, halfway through something, it's what I did, quick before the trial. Ah, fair. Alright, you know what, maybe we'll do something, maybe we'll find a good stopping point in the next episode. If we find a good stopping point in the episode, then that's good with me. Alright. Sign stands for William. Ah, yes, of course. Anyway, where were we?
But as first experiences go, it wasn't really bad at all. And your next question is, what kind of woman would it take to make me question my sexuality.
20 streams since we started counting them. It is interesting. It is interesting that that you can now send messages like that. It's probably even longer. Perhaps. But streaks were always a thing. Streaks were always a thing. It's just now you can send messages and stuff. Because you get channel points depending on how long you if you have a streak going. So yeah.
Well, it'd be pretty hard. As annoying as they can sometimes be, I am rather fond of the gentleman. But if I had to think of something, she'd definitely definitely have to be put together. Someone organized and strong, not easily flustered or taken aback, who was well prepared for things. Definitely stable and healthy, someone like that.
Ha!
What?
You didn't mention their looks at all.
I suppose I didn't. I mean, looks matter, of course. Anyone would be lying if they said they didn't matter at all. But as you get older, I think other things start mattering a lot more than they used to. Inner strength and stability are rare things in people, so I at least have come to value them really highly in others. Much more than I would have when I was at your age anyway. Let's see. It looks like a little bit more for me than some for Natsuki. Let me read this last part. Yeah, maybe the club would have been weirded out more by my spying if I were a guy. And I knew it was a little strange, but I could not get rid of the sense that something terrible was happening. But in my defense, I was right. You have to understand, I would never have been so prying or invasive with adults who weren't students. If they have some terrible, dark, painful secret that they're hiding, then that's their business. But it's my job to protect my kids. And though it pains me to say it, sometimes kids keep things secret that they shouldn't, and it really hurts them. It's rare that a teacher doesn't run into that sort of thing eventually, so part of my job has to be finding out if it's one of those secrets or not. Of course, in this case, that's the part I was mistaken about. The club was entirely justified in keeping all this a secret, terrible as it is. They had a very good reason. They made good, very mature decisions. But what if it had been something else? What if one or more of them was being abused or hurt and had shared it with their friends and had convinced them all to keep quiet about it out of fear? One of the duties of teachers who have charge of students like we do in high school is to protect students, and students are not always able to protect themselves adequately. That's why we have responsible adults. So yes, while I get that it was weird, I stand by it and I do it the same thing again. As to my troubles with guys, well, like I said, I wouldn't ever be that way with an adult non-student, especially not a date. My troubles with guys have to do with entirely different personal failings of mine.
Oh, do tell.
No. And C5 official. Aquila Favonia? What? Is that a weapon, I think, maybe? And C5 visual is nice. Better not... I better not sting too many streamers to do streaks, but... Then again... You do have a 6-stream streak? I see. 5-star sword, okay, I see.
Not now, besides it's your turn to answer questions.
Man, sup again, Shaka. I don't really think I should say what Fuyuki's sexuality is without her giving the green light. Not that she's really touchy about it, but I don't know that she would want random internet people to know. Obviously, I know what it is, having grown up with her, but you've gotta make really sure about that kind of thing before you just go telling anyone. So maybe I'll ask her if it's okay to just generally talk about it and get back to you on that one. As for if I brought someone home, well, honestly, I think it would depend. If she thought we were being too tentative or awkward, she probably would do something like locking the bedroom door, if she could. My door doesn't work like that. But if I was getting along well with them and we were close, she would absolutely just completely leave us alone and give us our space. She's really cool like that. Thanks for the email, Shaka. Next!
You're still doing that bit?
You have to commit to the bit, Monica.
I thought you said it was a one-time thing.
Commit to the bit.
You teach me so much every day, Natsuki.
Generate 100% of your attack is HP. Oh! I think I have that weapon on Jean. Ha! Commit to the bit indeed. Alright. Hi again, got another question for you all. What would you say are your two favorite CGs? They can be from the original game or from Plus, but with one rule, it has to be one CG that includes yourself and one that doesn't. Obviously Miss Ida can't adhere to this rule, and MC doesn't have to if he doesn't want to. They can just pick any two they want. But for the others, I'm curious to know your favorites with these conditions. P.S. Love you, Yuri, you're my favorite. Side. Okay, I see. Picking favorites again, huh?
I guess you and I should go first since we're a little unusual this way.
Makes sense to me. My favorite CG is the one of Sayori using the apple juice to keep her swelling down. I think of that a lot. I just have the cutest girlfriend ever, you know? My second favorite one is the one where I'm fixing her tie, which is something that maybe has had the romance taken out of it by now through sheer repetition. But I will never forget how I felt doing it that time. Other than those which sort of have me in them, my favorite is the one from Plus where Monica understands Sayori and accepts her. CG? The artwork, you know? Like where it's not like the character sprites, but like proper artwork of like the scene. Yeah. How long was I keeping my... You're still keeping your bit. Everyone's keeping their bit up. Well, they don't see that in universe, but they have awareness of the game they're in now, so they would be aware of the CGs at this point. They would be aware at this point. After all, they are fully aware of the game and stuff and things. It was really nice to have that happen, and for Sayori to have someone who gets her to lean on, you know? What about you, Miss Ida?
Mine are both also from the DLC. My favorite is the one you just mentioned with Sayori and Monica. My second favorite is the one with Monica and Natsuki. In the music room, two very different young women growing by learning about their differences. And that's the kind of thing that school is really about.
So self-aware. We should play a game in a game? They did talk about the, about that, actually. They did talk about that, potentially. And they did talk about making, like, their mods with non-self-aware versions of themselves.
My favorite one with me in it is the one from Plus, where I'm helping Yuri feel okay about taking friendship slowly. And my favorite is the one with Natsuki and Yuri sitting with each other by the vending machine, by the stairs. That one is very cute. It may sound strange, but even with all the wholesome things that happen in Plus, my favorite CG with myself is still the space room.
Curious.
It feels like home somehow. My favorite one without me in it might be considered a little prosaic, but I really like the one from Plus of Sayori and Natsuki talking in the hall out there. It's just so expressive of their characters. What about you, Natsuki?
Well, I guess I'd have to say my favorite one with me is the one where I have frosting on my finger. I know it really sounds weird, but I don't know, it weirdly feels kind of wholesome. People don't usually share my interests or want to bake with me, and MC being really nice to me and baking with me felt, I don't know, I felt really accepted in that the whole time, in that whole timeline. Yes, the gay stares. Yes, the gay stares. And of course the finger licking now. Everyone's favorite part. And it's still weird that no matter which path you choose for the weekend before the festival, both choices involve finger licking. But at least with the Yuri path it goes both ways. With the Natsuki path, it's just MC licking Natsuki's finger. All the ones with Natsuki and Plus are pretty cute. That's just because Natsuki herself is cute.
Although I shouldn't let her hear me say that. Because that would warrant a punch to the gut, probably.
My favorite one without me in it is probably the one where Sayori's hugging MC. I know it's not exactly the happiest CG, but I just really felt that one. It's got a lot of energy to it. Feels energy. You know?
Indeed, the context of it makes it very impactful. As for me, my favorite CG with me in it is also the one of me and Natsuki.
Blush.
It's very peaceful after so much chaos between us. That feels very nice, to have moments of solitude with another person, if that is sensible, especially a person with whom you started out feeling very alien.
The energy of feels. I know we all need the energy of feels sometimes, or positive ones, at least, if we can get it. Although that hug wasn't entirely positive.
As for which one I like best without me in it, I'm also going to go with Monika's Act 3 Space Room CG. It has some terrible connotations, of course, but there's something hauntingly compelling and beautiful about that whole situation. Everything she worked for and gave up for the sake of it, you know. It was a tragic mistake, but a lovely one.
If you say so. These days I find it hard to see anything remotely positive about that time, or even to remember why I thought any of that was a good idea, but I guess that's probably a good thing. Shall we move on to the next one?
Before we do that, I will say thank you to Saeed. I am grateful to be your favorite.
On to the next one.
SPF, don't make her angry for years. Say she's cute. You're dead. How do you know about that you are in a simulation and you can copy and paste stuff, Monika? And by the way, you are the best girl from Lucas.
Oh, I think the first question is asking me how I knew I was in a simulation. It was sort of a creeping awareness. It started as an unsettling feeling that something wasn't right about the world. I couldn't quite pin down what it was or what it meant, but then I started to realize somehow that objects around me, rooms and such, weren't real. I didn't understand at first how, but then I started realizing that others weren't real, and that even I wasn't real. Around about when the game started, that's when I realized there was code. Although I didn't understand yet what the game was, the one thing I knew for sure is that the world of the player, although I didn't... The one thing I knew for sure is that the world of the player, although I didn't understand that's what they were at first, was real. Super really real. And our world wasn't. Pretty early on in the base game I had realized that it was a game, and what kind of game it was, like very quickly after MC joined the club. So many scripted things were happening that directly affected reality that it would have been impossible not to figure it out. So yes, that's how I became aware of it. I can copy and paste code if that's what you mean. Copy and pasting physical objects is more difficult. Unfortunately, things like desks and chairs, for instance, are not as simple as just some 3D modeled object that I can replicate. Due to being part of a sophisticated simulation, a single physical object has dependencies on 1,000 of other things.
Ah, I see.
Otherwise, it would have been a lot simpler than it was to help for Yuki. But since it's more complicated than that, I probably could copy and paste a physical object if I really wanted to. It would just be a lot of work, and it would take a ton of time to figure out how to do it for any one single object. Plus, each individual object, like each different desk in this classroom, would have its own different properties and dependencies. Although once I knew how to do one, I'd probably be at least a little easier to do another. That's why I was able to help for Yuki when Miss Ida disappeared. I gained a clear picture of how the game represented certain things relating to people without .chr files, and what code in our simulation process mattered to what specific thing about that person. So I guess to answer your question, yes, I can copy-paste, but it's really hard. Thanks for the question.
Else code. A devout programmer. Ah, yes. I am Goose. I have many questions. Some may be a bit too meta though. Alright, first question. When is season 3 of club meetings? Right now. Second question. Monika, you ever just chill with yourself in MAS? Third question. will we be seeing more of Natsuki's sis? 4th, so is Miss Ida just part of the literature club now? And how did she even get to the party in the season 2 recap? 5th, if you girls ever do code in college or something like that, do you know what courses you're gonna take, or jobs, and etc.? 6th, Natsuri confirmed, puts on tinfoil hat. 7th, Christmas special. 8th, you guys watch the Dream SMP? Alright, that's pretty much it from what I can come up with. Cheers, a sad goose. Monica recursion, yes! She's all about that recursion. She loves it.
Well, the first question's answer is right now, of course, but you wrote that before it started. I hope we didn't make you wait too long. I don't really play MAS. I think I said before that it's really impressive, but it gives me the creeps to play it. I feel really sorry for MAS Monica. Don't get me wrong, she seems very happy, but I don't know, it seems hollow somehow. So, nothing against you if you play it. You've just become two very different Monicas. And I'm glad to be me, and I prefer not to be reminded of when I was less me, I guess. Let's see what's next. Yeah, Miss Ida is definitely one of us now. She's an important part of this whole operation. I'm not sure how she got to Fuyuki's party though. Speaking of Fuyuki, I have no idea if you'll see her more often. That's not really up to us. But getting back to Miss Ida and how she got to the party, I assume she drove. I actually took public transportation.
Author avatar? What? When? What? How? What? Why? What? Author avatar? What? When? How? One of us? Yeah, the one of us we can all agree with. But the chat, there was no chant this time. Well, I guess the chant is in chat now, at least. But there was no chat in the club. No chant in the club, but the chant is in chat. There, I can speak. There's favorite character. Ah, of course. I mean, it makes sense. She's a lot of people's favorite character.
Walk to the bus station, bus to the train, then another bus, and I walked the rest of the way. I probably could have driven, but it didn't seem worth it to save 20 minutes. Miss Ida is very conscientious about taking public transportation. I am. It's an important way to we can help fight climate change. Plus, it's really very cheap, or at least it is around here. Doesn't the school give you a bus pass for this area too? Yes, but we're only supposed to use it to go to and from school or for emergencies. I have my own separate bus card that I use for personal stuff. Very conscientious. The next part wants to know about what courses or jobs we're aiming for if we go to college. We kind of already answered the jobs part a while ago, but let's revisit it. It's especially relevant since we might actually finally go to college. As for me, I'm not really sure.
Shadow, what's up? Been a minute, hasn't it? Welcome to the stream. She has all my opinions, I see.
As for me, I'm not really sure. I think the last time I expressed a passing interest in law, but I'm not really sure. I think I'll just let school come to me and see what I'm interested in.
I have absolutely no idea what I want to do. I'm kind of scared about it, actually. It's getting really late for me to have zero idea what I want to be when I'm growing up. When I'm grown up, it feels like.
It's not late. College is there to help you decide. Get to look into a bunch of things and see what interests you. You don't have to have your mind made up at all yet. Besides, I don't have any idea what I want to do yet either. So I'm just going to make it up as I go along too.
To be honest, I wasn't even sure I wanted to go to college.
Just chilling at the moment, that's good to hear.
I'm not sure I'd be a good fit. Like, I really do love baking and I'd love to do that as a career, but that doesn't exactly need a college degree. But apparently, according to some of these nerds, I'm too smart and should try some other things out just in case. So we'll see how it goes.
I am looking forward to you loving some classes and absolutely detesting others, Natsuki. As for me, I have not yet really decided on particular classes or fields yet. Marine biology is of great interest to me, as I have said many times before, but so are many other subjects, so as with the others, we shall see.
And there you have it. None of us have any idea what we want to do at all.
That's very normal, and you shouldn't feel bad about it at all. Thanks, Miss Ida. Well, looks like the next question is for Natsuki and Yuri, I would say.
Next!
But
Next!
Okay, yeah, let's move on to the next one. Imagine a timeline where Bad Ending was released instead of Monica Full Week. I mean, we have a timeline where both were released, but you mean like where Bad Ending was released at the time Monica Full Week was released, which doesn't make sense because Bad Ending builds off of the full Doki Doki Takeover mod, and it doesn't really work well to stand alone in terms of story, although I guess it could work. You just have to remove the cutscene and everything. You just have to remove some stuff and it would work standalone, that's fair.
I was only going to say there are still some questions in this one, so we're getting to those. No Christmas special, sorry, Christmas is probably not as much of a big deal to us as it is to anyone reading this. But we still get together and have fun, just not enough to necessarily do a whole special about it. Lastly, Goose wanted to know if we watched the Dream SMP. Does anyone get this? I don't.
Stand aside, I've got this.
See you in a bit, Tormuse.
MC, do you know about Dream SMP?
Nah, sorry.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, emailer, I have neither really watched any of it. I've never really watched any of it, but I do know what it is. It's basically a Minecraft server with a bunch of YouTubers on it. And they do bits and tell weird, funny, long-term stories on it. It's pretty cute sounding, but yeah, sorry, never really watched it. If I have time to watch Minecraft, I have time to play Minecraft, you know? But thanks for asking.
And that's all of that one. Good questions, Goose, thank you.
I lied, just one question. Monica the player turned out to be asexual and aromantic. Would you be okay? Cheers.
Well, I'd understand, I guess. After all, I'd really want you to be happy. At this point, I definitely care about that more than about whether I get to be with you. I mean, obviously, I'd rather be with you than not. But if it would make you happiest not to be with me, I would prefer that. And a lot of you might jump in and say I need to value my own happiness, and that's true. But I think maybe I've gotten to a place where if I had to, I could be happy without you. I'd still struggle a lot with it and freak out sometimes, but I think in the end I'd be okay. Don't get me wrong though, I still love you and I'd drop everything to be with you if I could. It's just that if for whatever reason you didn't want to be with me, I'd understand and be okay. Especially if it were something so important as being Ace or Arrow, or both, then I would definitely tell you to look after yourself. Alright, next question.
Ah, I see. Again. Very fitting considering we just had that in an email. Now we all get to decide. I'm neutral in that matter. I have said it before, I don't actively ship it, but I do understand where the ship is coming from, and it can be pulled off pretty well sometimes.
Alright, next question.
I don't ship. I see. Alright, meanwhile I'll just keep reading here. Hi there, longtime fan of you guys. I'm eager to see where things go for you girls and hope that everything is well. I was wondering what you would do when it comes to writer's block. I'm a musician and I'm working hard on an EP with my band, and I tend to be the one writing the lyrics for us, as I know that lyric writing and poetry come hand in hand. But I've been stuck for what seems like forever. Any advice on how to resolve this?
It's kind of a long one, I say for last. So writer's block, what do we all do? For me, I just start writing whatever. It might be scribbles, it might be a squeeze of nonsense words, it might be whatever. If I can, I take a break from what I'm writing first, and then if I do, I come back and still have writer's block. I do the writing random nonsense thing.
I wonder if I ship it. Yeah, I wonder. The ship is real. We all know. We have seen it teased a lot of times. The question the only question that remains is, will it stay at just teasing? Or will there be more to it?
Sometimes I have to do that for a while, but usually I think something I'd rather write pretty quick. Usually I think of something I'd rather write pretty quickly. How about you guys?
I definitely take a break and go do something else. And I don't come back to it until a day has passed if I can. If I don't have time to do that, I just write something rushed and forced and bare minimum quality. And tell myself that's the best I could do under the circumstances.
I've never had writer's block.
Never.
Never.
Like, not even once? I mean, it feels like everyone gets writer's block sometimes.
Well, not me yet. Anytime I sit down to write something, whoosh, I write it really fast. And then I'm done. The hard part is sitting down to write the thing in the first place. I think I just have way too many things to write about compared to the small amount of time I feel like writing.
Listen, Sayori, why are you being relatable right now? For me, it's also usually motivation that's the main killer. Motivation is usually the main killer right now, which is why I still haven't worked through more poems, even though I still have poems that I need to write. But when I do sit down, I usually can finish a poem pretty nicely.
So, times I do feel like writing, all the ideas and thoughts and words have backed up and they all come rushing out. So yeah, no writer's block for me.
Guess that makes sense. Writer's block is really frustrating for me. Honestly, I kinda just sit there and seethe.
This surprises no one.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't have any great ideas for getting over it. I just sit there until I think of something or get too frustrated and just give up for a while. So I guess I'd say, like, take a step back and do other stuff, which is a solution other people have suggested. What do you think, Yuri? Since apparently you must have several great ideas.
Speaking of code, poem count hasn't changed since last time. It's still like a few requests, and I think this and the previous stream that I still have to write a poem for.
When I am stuck, I try to change the mood.
The mood?
Yes, if the blinds are closed, I might open them or vice versa. Or perhaps I'll play or stop playing some music. Or burn some incense or otherwise change the air. Usually I find that that is sufficient to give me a new direction.
Good answers, everyone. Let's see what's next.
Also, hey Monica! I hope you know you are loved and appreciated no matter what you've done in your past. What matters is that what you do in the here and now. If you dwell on your mistakes and past failures, it will eat you alive. I speak from previous experience here. I also hope that you can find a way to get out here. I'd be more than happy to show you around and help you out in any way I possibly can.
Yeah, I know. I have come to appreciate that over time. I hope you and I both learn to live in the present even more. And of course I'll take you up on that if I get out of here one day. Thank you.
Sayori, I hope that you are doing alright with your rain clouds. I know that the day-to-day struggles with that can be a living nightmare. I know MC helps a lot with that, but I have to ask, what helps you the most besides MC when things get too dark for your comfort? I hope that isn't too personal of a question to ask, but I struggle with depression myself and I'm finding the need to find some other and healthier coping mechanisms. Thanks. Welcome back, Tormuse.
Yeah, Sayori.
Oh, there are a lot of things I do. Sometimes writing helps, sometimes I listen to super sad or angry music, and somehow that helps. If it's sunny outside, I force myself to go for a walk sometimes if I'm able to. That one came from my therapist and it helps a little. Honestly, it's kind of important to have a bunch of things because no one thing will always work. And as you probably know, sometimes nothing works. But hopefully that's at least some idea for you of the kind of things I do. I hope you feel stronger over time.
Yuri, very good cosmic horror that you can recommend. Any form of literature or other media would be appreciated. And of course Tormuse does, to nobody's surprise.
Oh, I can recommend much in this area. Literature tends to be better than film. While there's a lot of good literature, films are few and far between. Besides direct remakes of Lovecraft stories, which are sometimes good and sometimes bad, there are a few good non-Lovecraft cosmic horror stories. The best one is the film called Annihilation, which is a very bold cosmic horror story. There's also Event Horizon, which is somewhat cosmic horror flavored, but in my opinion relies too heavily on crude horror.
Well, guys, I feel another long answer coming on.
As to literature, my goodness, where to start? For better or for worse, the crux of cosmic horror literature is, of course, H.P. Lovecraft. His stories are wonderful in their prose, their imagination, their firm sense about what is most gripping about cosmic horror. Unfortunately, you have to take that with a heavy dose of racism, sexism, and displeasing academic elitism that characterizes the author. Still, his stories are undeniably still the black beating heart of cosmic horror fiction, so it is difficult to avoid him if you're interested in the genre. My favorite stories by him are The Color Out of Space, The Music of Eric Zahn, The Shadow over Innsmouth, The Whisperer in Darkness, and the very short one called Nyarlathotep. For new readers of Lovecraft, wonderful places to start are the justly famous The Call of Cthulhu, and also the adventure/horror hybrid, The Mountains of Madness. There are a whole host of authors before and after Lovecraft who also wrote in the genre too, though.
Long!
My favorite came a bit after Lovecraft, and is named Ramsey Campbell. My favorite stories by him are his first book, a collection called The Inhabitant of the Lake and Less Welcome Tenants. It's full of wonderful stories set in a mythos established by Lovecraft and others without all the terrible racism and such. I also like his book Cold Print, but almost everything he writes is very good, you can't go wrong. Other good cosmic horror literature to consider are Clark Smith, Frank Long, Robert Bloch, Sheila Bishop's horror stories, and Robert Chambers, especially Chambers' wonderful collection titled The King in Yellow. Okay, I'm done.
Finally! Natsuki, I know this is the first time we have spoken, but I feel like I've known you for quite a long time. I have a feeling of whom you have feelings for, but I want to give you some advice, even though you might not take it. I feel you might need to hear it from someone on your current situation. Just do it. Just do it! Tell them! The worst thing you can do is hold it in, because regret is the worst thing you can do is hold it in, because regret is something that will never go away. On a lighter note though, your taste in memes is dank, and manga is literature. I hope that you are all doing well, and expect me to write more in the future. Warm regards, Jeremy.
Look, I'm just gonna say next, and if you don't understand, you will. But thanks for saying that my memes are dank, and manga is literature. That part is especially appreciated. Wait, there aren't any more?
Nope, that was the last one. For poems next week, I have a fun idea. You need to take a line from a book and use it as inspiration for your poem.
Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Art and artists embrace the sins and see the art's value. Honestly, sometimes it's okay to appreciate someone's work and hate the person who did it. Example, and I know FNF is something that we're not here for today, FNF is the Friday stuff, but take for example one very well made FNF mod, the Bob and Bowship mod. Very well made mod, a lot of the people in the team put a lot of hard effort into it. However, the director of the mod, massive asshole. And groomer. Which makes it a bit hard to recommend the mod sometimes, knowing what the creator has done. But it's still a very good mod, and a lot of other members put a lot of work into it. And I feel like letting all of their work go unappreciated because the main creator is an asshole is a bit But it still feels weird to recommend that to anyone. But big oof indeed. Very big oof. Anyway, where were we?
You need to take a line from a book and use it as inspiration for your poem. And that line has to be in the poem.
Sounds delightful. I'm sure Yuri will be thrilled.
By the way, I take it based on Miss Ida getting a bunch of time off, we don't need to discuss your whole thing, Natsuki. What whole thing? Oh, Natsuki thought you were working too hard and needed to relax and invest in yourself a little bit. That's probably true. So she was going to have us meet before club today to come up with one of her trademark zany plans.
Monica, you don't talk about that. Just in case you still need the orb. Now you're compromising it. I know we don't need it now, but just in case.
Oh joy, doubtless that will help me. Dare I ask what plan she came up with? Oh, we didn't get that far, we were interrupted. Interrupted by what?
Oh?
Do you think Miss Ida will even show up today?
We're gonna get to see it! We're gonna get to see it, let's go.
Probably. She usually at least shows up. Hopefully Natsuki's plan to help her is at least partially sane.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And this is where the time skip happened. Let's see it.
Yuri, oh, you are approaching me? Instead of running away, you are going straight to me? Natsuki, yes. Yuri, too. Suddenly Natsuki approaches Yuri a bit too close.
But would she be going straight to her though, huh? I don't think she would be going straight to her. Yeah, I don't see any Natsuri here. Yeah, totally. Nope, no Natsuri here. None at all. Also, did Natsuki stand on like a chair for this? Or was you, or how exactly did they make this work out? She needs a stool or something to reach that high. That's all for now. Pulling Yuri down to her level. You know what, that would be a very Natsuki thing. The new backgrounds are courtesy of Minical. The CG you're looking at now is by Sweeper. The performance of the song on the wall in the music room is original and can be reused with credit. Credits for all other community assets and art can be found in the credits.txt file. Thanks for playing club meetings. We'll see you next time. Well, I have about half an hour in the stream. I will just stream a bit longer today than usual, and we'll see if we can find a good stopping point in the next episode. Although that really felt like a nice ending to the stream. I could end early, but I don't want to end early. I don't want to end early. If anything, I want to keep going longer. So, yeah. Season 3 episodes. We're entering the second half now. Episode 31. Natsuki and Yuri consider the history of their relationship. Damn. I wonder what they're talking about here. Incoming flashback episode. Okay, well this week should be an interesting one. How that kiss came to be. Ooh.
I mean, we were bound to find out eventually, you know?
I know, it's just... It feels weird having them know. It's like going to change our dynamic or something. Our vibe.
By our dynamic, or our vibe, do you mean the dynamic between you and I, or the dynamic of the entire literature club?
I just meant that last one, like how everyone's going to be around us now. But I guess probably the first one too, now that I think about it. Aren't you worried about that?
So they've been together for a while then. And just didn't tell anyone. The question is how long. I'm sure we'll find out exactly how long, but...
Word is probably not the correct word. I certainly expect it. But change is inevitable. all things born ceaselessly into flux. I just hope that things within the club and with you and I will change for the better.
Maybe you and me, not you and I? You're using improper grammar? Yes, indeed. 3 years, 7 months, 4 days. Well, that's oddly specific there, Rob. Is that... There's no way that's the time when the first season started, right? Imagine. Did it again?
I'm surprised.
By what?
By you. You're handling this thing a lot better than I thought you would have. Better than I am, even.
Clearly I have learned much from your always even-keeled and rational response to challenges. But truthfully, I am glad they know now. I was getting stressed out trying to hide it. Besides, think of all we'll be able to share with them now. We've been hiding so many things I would have loved for them to share, or at least know about.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Hey, that reminds me, do you remember the day we found out about MC and Sayori?
Flashback.
My goodness, what a day. I still can't believe that, can you? I've seen Sayori just deciding to go out just like that. I suppose these last few days have provided a powerful emotional impetus. Still, I would have never expected them to just begin with no warning or lead-up, would you? Natsuki?
Guess who's still in shock?
So a little taken aback by it would seem.
Yeah? All the drama and stuff with Kenzo, Sayori feeling bad yesterday, a whole year of will they, won't they, and then this. This. Just, oh yeah, we're going out now. This should be illegal.
Damn. Got the point across. I guess it did get the point across. But yeah, should definitely be illegal, huh?
I'm sure that they meant to consult you, but just forgot.
Well, at least this means my plan worked.
Your plan? You mean that elaborate plan to get them together? We didn't even do it. How did it work?
Well, they did get together, I mean.
Oh, I see. Ooh, what's on your mind?
Oh, I was just thinking, like, all jokes aside, I thought at first it was super early for them to really be getting into a committed relationship. Like, we're still in high school. I feel like a kid still.
I know what you mean.
But then I thought about how, yeah, we're 18. Really older than that, given the whole time loop thing. And then I remember that actually, we all in the club are super late to the whole committed relationship thing. There are plenty in our class who have been in relationships for 3 years.
Her plan totally worked, exactly. Same with Miss Ida. Exactly, yeah. To get her to relax totally worked. She got time off.
I can't even imagine that.
I imagine that someone in that kind of relationship for so long must be very happy.
Yeah, probably, huh? You ever think about that kind of thing? Would it be like to be in some relationship like that?
Not often, I suppose, but sometimes. For me, it's difficult because I cannot envision myself in a relationship with just anyone. It would have to be someone specific I would have to have someone specific in mind, but really, I don't think that often about it.
Just not something you're interested in?
Well, I wouldn't say that. Someday, with the right person, absolutely. It would just, have to be someone I could see myself with. Yeah.
So, I was kind of trying to see, if you would be open to that sort of thing.
I could tell I was trying to say I would, with you.
Why didn't you just tell me that?
Because you probably would have gotten upset and flustered and told me I'm gross and punched me in the arm, maybe.
You don't know that.
I strongly suspect it.
Well, I was dumb. I couldn't really tell you were trying to get at that.
You weren't dumb, I was just being too subtle.
We were just both kind of clueless, I think.
Perhaps, but maybe not clueless, really just uncertain as of yet, and easily embarrassed or afraid.
Maybe.
Like, do you remember when... there's the chord. I do love you, Kata, but they are so very complicated. Hard to reach back there. I think think I need to take this all off and try again. Let's see.
Yukata time, baby.
Perfect timing, Natsuki. He was just taking it all off again.
Yuri, I mean, when the,
You like what you see, Natsuki? You like what you see?
Natsuki, oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't expect anyone to be in here for another few minutes.
Natsuki struck gold. Yup, anime moment.
Sorry?
It's okay. We're all girls here, right?
Yeah, right. I'll go back outside until you're done.
Actually, if you don't mind, could you? I could really use some help, putting this on.
Oh! Okay. Where this be going?
It's hard to reach the back with the cord.
Are you sure I don't want to? Are you sure I don't want to intrude? I can go wait outside. It's totally fine. But I can help though too if you really want. I don't mean to say no to you. I just don't want to like make you awkward by staying, or make you feel weird by not helping. I just will do whatever you want. I mean, I can help you, or I can wait outside. Either of those is fine. You just let me know which, and I will do that one. Cool.
Natsuki, it's fine. Calm down. I get that you're a little embarrassed.
Yeah. Usually I only change when no one else is in there.
Really?
Should I post the definition? Should you? I don't know if you should. Up to you. Being totally chill and not awkward at all. Exactly.
Even for sports and things, that has to be inconvenient.
A little. But I just don't like people watching me while I change.
That's understandable, but you're not the one changing here, and I'll go out and guard the door when you start changing, so there's nothing to be afraid of.
Right.
Anyway, if you could help a bit.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so I've got this part, and when it comes around like this, and so here's where you come in. I need you to tie a little securing knot in the back here.
Got it, easy. Done.
Okay, and then you need to loop it around the front, just under here.
But that would I
Just underwear. Oh, he said underwear. I think we know exactly under which part she has to loop around.
Relax, I'm not going to sue you for sexual harassment. I just want this cord secured.
Okay, it's done.
There we are.
Booba. Yes.
How do I look?
You look really, really good. Kinda feels like you were meant to wear that. Like, it's graceful and elegant, and it fits you because you're graceful and elegant, you know?
I think I understand what you mean. Thank you.
The awkward nature, it doesn't stop.
I mean, you're not gorgeous or anything, don't get me wrong. It just suits your personality is all.
Oh, I see. Natsuki, do you like me?
I mean, yeah, sure, you're cool and a good friend. Even if you're annoying sometimes, it's cool to have you around.
Well, thanks. That means a lot to hear. That's not quite what I meant.
Mayhaps Yuri's going in for the kill. She realized that being subtle did not work last time. So she's trying to be a bit less subtle. In fact, being very direct.
What I meant was, do you like me? As in, are you attracted to me romantically, or physically, or both?
Now, how will a person like Natsuki respond there? And there's the definition. Why thanks?
Of course not. Just because of that one dumb thing I said during Truth or Dare. This is exactly why I have to be such a bitch all the time. Because the instant I'm even a little bit nice to someone, it's, oh Natsuki, you're being at all nice. You must be in love. It's like, just let me be a little complimentary without thinking I've fallen in love.
I didn't suggest anything about being in love. I was just asking if you liked me.
God, who cares? What even is the difference?
Apparently there might not be much of a difference for you.
Natsuki angrily bursts back into the room.
I forgot I still need to change. Go stand guard or whatever.
Of course, gladly.
That was embarrassing.
I could tell.
Wait, did you have me tie the cord on purpose?
Well, I certainly didn't do it accidentally.
No, I mean like, did you have me tie your cord on purpose so that like, we would touch?
Well, not consciously at first. I really did just need help with the cord. Getting to touch was an incidental benefit. Until the part where I asked you to help me tie the front also. That may have been somewhat gratuitous.
Yeah, you know, I thought you could have reached that yourself. Not like I was complaining though.
Which is unusual.
Yeah.
Tsundere enjoyers. Hey, I myself am also a tsundere enjoyer. At times, definitely. Alright. You know what? Just random voice. Just usual voice. Here's your ramen, ladies.
Awesome, thank you, bud.
You're very welcome. Enjoy.
Oh man, this smells good.
Damn it, now I'm getting hungry. Guys, do something. I'm actually getting hungry. And I have no clue at all what I should make myself to eat after the stream. No clue at all. Oh no.
This is a great idea.
Thanks for always talking to the waiters and other people like that. It's such a relief to know I don't have to.
Yeah, of course, babe.
Natsuki takes a big slurp of ramen.
I totally did like you then, by the way.
Well, yes, obviously.
Did you know it then?
I wasn't sure. I knew I liked you, but I wasn't sure if you liked me.
Yeah, I wasn't sure either if you liked me, but I think I was a little less weird about talking to you one-on-one after that whole thing with the yukata.
Oh, is that why you were a little less standoffish?
Interesting. Very good soup of peanut eggs in it. I am making you... Why do you do this? Why do you do this? I feel like after the stream I'm just gonna collapse. I need food, I need nourishment, and I'll see. The problem is, I don't think I have anything in the fridge that I'm really feeling like eating. I mean, yeah, I could just... I don't know. I honestly don't know what to eat, and that's upsetting. Eat an entire block of cheese. Sadly, I don't have an entire block of cheese at hand. I should go out and buy some cheese. Problem. It's almost 2 AM. There is nowhere to buy a block of cheese right now.
Oh, is that why you were a little standoffish?
Yeah, I think so. Like, how shy can you be around someone who you've seen? Yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe that's why. Natsuki, what a pleasant surprise. I was just reading The Log of the Sea of Cortez by John Steinbeck.
Another book about the ocean, huh?
Not even going to tease me about being a nerd.
No, I don't really feel like it.
Oh.
24-hour cheese shop. Yes. Perhaps. Need to find one.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It was a strange day for me. You were so much nicer than usual, more open.
Yeah, I was worried I might be pushing you away too much, but I really did like you, so I thought I should let you know I liked having you around.
I remember. Really, you're the best friend I've ever had.
Well, yeah, you're mine too. Feels kind of weird saying that, like we weren't supposed to acknowledge it or something. But I'm glad. It's really nice having you as a friend, Yuri.
Alright, enough of this. It's starting to get weird. I'm not used to you being so sincerely nice for so long. You need to make some snarky comment to restore the balance.
Well, I would, but I need to return to my golden throne. My adoring fans require my presence? How's that? To be honest, I kinda wanted to hear your long, boring speech about the ocean.
No, I don't even have to say it anymore, exactly. Who even buys cheese at 3 AM? Code? Yes.
You know, you said a lot of nice things to me, but nothing made me more excited or made my heart beat faster than you saying you wanted to hear my long, boring speech.
I fucking love your long, boring speeches, even when they're really long and boring. You just get so into it, I just love how excited you get. It's really infectious.
Oh, I see. But then your enthusiasm is just as infectious sometimes. It certainly was that day. I felt bolder.
Is that why?
Natsuki's looking at the vending machine. Ah, it's the stairs again.
You're not still going hungry, are you?
No, we're okay.
You sure? I can definitely get you something if you're hungry.
Stop talking about that! I am gonna die before I reach the end of the stream. Maybe I should have called it quits earlier today.
I worry about you.
Really, I'm fine. Just unhealthy sweet stuff cravings like anyone else has. I definitely don't need it. I ate well today.
Tell me if you change your mind at all.
I will.
Is everything else going well with your family at home?
As well as it ever goes. My dad is depressed and burned out a lot of the time, but he's bringing in money for us to live on, and he holds it together when I'm around. I know he cries a lot when I'm not there though, so like it's fine, but at the same time it's not fine, you know?
Oh, I understand. Do you need a break?
Oh boy, 3 AM. Yup.
You need a break?
A break?
Yes, from the bullying home situation for a little while. My family is eccentric, but I wouldn't call them negative. If you would like, I'm sure they'd like to have you over for dinner. It might cheer you up a little.
Wait, they know who I am? Would you just be asking them to have a random school friend over?
Of course they know who you are. It's difficult to escape them and their constant questions about my school day. The literature club comes up a lot. I'm sure they'd be delighted to meet you. Does your family not know about the literature club?
Well, my dad knows I go to a club after school, but only my sister knows anything about all of you. She's the one I tell important stuff to.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I forgot to answer your invitation. Yeah, sure, I'll come over. Sounds fun.
Shall I arrange for someone from my family to pick you up from school?
No, that's not necessary. I'll just take the bus after school like usual.
Great, it's a date.
Home date immediately, let's go!
See you then.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
You alright today, Natsuki?
Natsuki is busily texting and doesn't seem to hear.
About to leave club, give me a sec.
Alright, I'll be working with Sayori and MC. I'll see you whenever you arrive.
Rizuri, yes!
Cool, might take a little bit depending on when the bus gets here.
Natsuki, you want a ride?
Oh, nah, but thanks, Monica, I'll just take the bus today.
You sure? It's really no trouble.
It's fine, Monica, I'm not worried about bothering you, I just need a little decompression time today.
Say no more. Honestly, I mostly just wanted to distract myself from work I need to do anyway, so probably for the best that I get started on that. Anyway, I'll see you soon.
Looking forward to it.
How much water you got? Enough. Enough. But I'm not thirsty, I is hungry.
It's so nice to have one of Yuri's friends over.
Her kid's usually a real loner.
Oh, hush, you're embarrassing her.
It's nothing I have not previously encountered.
She talks like that. She talks like that.
Honestly.
She talks like that at school too. Some people don't like it, but I think it's pretty neat. She's really smart. Sister's smart. She sure is, buddy.
She is smart. It's just that usually other kids find that so very off-putting.
She just talks and talks and talks and...
Now you're embarrassing her.
So, I take it that you're Yuri's uncle because you're her mom's brother?
Quite right. They've been like this with each other since they were siblings.
Got it.
From season 2, if I'm not mistaken. So at the very least, okay, so they weren't quite together then, so they got together over the course of season 2 officially. At some point.
But anyways, they're just delighted that he's having friends over. One friend over at least.
Well, I'm really glad to be here and to meet all of you. It's really clear to me why Yuri's such a good person. You guys really raised her right.
Well, thank you. We certainly did our best. You're a very sweet girl, Natsuki. You're very blessed to have you as a friend.
Yeah, you're a solid kid. Wonder how much of a troublemaker you are underneath.
I'll leave the poor girl alone. She's being so polite to you.
Nah, it's fine. So, what's your story, friend? You and your sister had siblings rivalry so intense that you had to keep it going in person as adults?
You could put it that way, but no, I went through a divorce a few years back. Gosh, it's almost been 5 years now. Family let me stay over for a while until things got sorted. But being around the family was really nice and we got along very well, so I stayed. Plus, being that I pay rent to my family, then some faceless Plus, better that I pay rent to my family than some faceless property company.
And for a lot less rent too.
That part definitely matters.
It sounds like a cool arrangement. It's gotta be nice to live with a bunch of people you love.
It is. Guys my age always want to raise kids, but I never had them. But hanging out with Shobi and Yuri scratched that itch of mine. They're really good kids.
And I'm very glad to have you around to help raise them.
Yeah, well, I've gotta earn that reduced rent somehow.
And that reminds me, I saw something incredible at the neighbors yesterday.
As Yuri's mom launches into her story, Yuri and Natsuki glance at each other. Yuri sighs and Natsuki suppresses a giggle.
Are you sure you don't want a ride home? We'd be happy to give you one.
No, that's alright, but thank you. It really is far out of the way, and I'll be happy just to have Yuri walk me to the station.
Alright then, be careful walking. And Yuri, let us know if you're going to stay out late for any reason. I'm just walking to the bus station, why would I be out late?
Natsuki coping remarkably well in the weird situation, I guess.
Well, just if you change your mind and want to stay out, that's fine, just tell us. I will. Okay, have a good night, Natsuki, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, you too.
Good night.
Yuri's mom closes the door and Yuri and Natsuki start their walk to the bus station.
I'm surprised at you.
What for?
Well, to be honest, I expected you to be a lot more animated. Gremlin-like, some might say.
Not in front of your family.
Yeah, you know, when it comes to the in-laws, you gotta make a good impression. Gotta make a good first impression to the in-laws. At least she's aware.
I don't know them that well yet. I'm only like that with people I know well or people I think might be a threat. And your family's not either of those. Plus, I kinda want your family to like me.
Why's that?
Well, you know, I might see them again, who knows?
I see.
Yeah, who knows indeed.
Yeah. Your family's something else.
Yes, they're lively.
Your brother's totes cute, obviously. Your uncle's a little weird, but he seems cool.
That is an accurate summary of his personality.
Your mom talks non-stop.
Yes, she does, about everything and everyone. I think she feels the need to be the driver of the family socializing, which has branched out into being the driver of all socializing anywhere she's present. I assure you she can be perfectly quiet in any circumstance, but in any vaguely social situation she turns into a chatterbox. It is something to behold.
Yeah, I see this psychical resemblance between you guys, but not much personality-wise.
Oh, more alike than you think, perhaps. She also is enthusiastic about things like properly scented rooms and fancy teas. We have much to talk about when we talk, even if I'm not quite so talkative as her. That aspect I get from my father, perhaps.
He didn't say much.
He rarely says much, or anything really.
So what is he like? Distant from you and the rest of the family?
Heavens, no. He and I are very close, he's my dad. Just because he doesn't say anything much doesn't mean he never communicates at all. And when he does communicate, it's very clear about how he feels about me and everyone else.
Wish my dad would communicate a little less.
Yeah, we know all about that. Again, I'm glad that from what we know, at least from what Natsuki tells us, her dad isn't as bad in this as he's made out to be in a lot of other interpretations. But still, yeah.
Wish my dad would communicate a little less.
Your dad is doing the best he can with a limited parental toolkit in a difficult situation. I know he doesn't always do well, but it's clear that he's trying his hardest for you and for Yuki, even if his best isn't always great.
Yeah, I know. It just gets frustrating sometimes.
I'll bet. Well, here we are.
Yep, bus stop time.
I'm happy to wait for the bus with you if you want.
Oh, sure. Should I invite her over to my place on another day? That would be polite, but I have no idea how Dad would react. Plus, that would seem like another date, which this kinda seemed like.
Oh, what a wonderful day. Maybe I'll get to see her in a special context like this again soon.
Oh,
Your bus is here.
Yep.
Talk soon, I hope.
For sure, yeah. I'll text you.
I look forward to it.
Yuri walks off.
Dang.
Bad timing for the bus, I guess.
I remember that. I had no idea you were trying so hard to ask me out again.
Well, not ask you out, that's not what I was thinking at the time.
I understand, yes.
But yeah, it was really frustrating. I felt so stupid. I was so upset that night that I couldn't even bring myself to talk about it with...
Not of your dad, surely.
No.
The DLC parody mods? I mean, there was Sans in the Literature Club. I played that one. That's a bit of a parody in its own right. It's a joke mod, I should say. If you want joke mods, you should definitely check out Yuri's new toy. But something that parodies like the story of the DLC, I don't think so. I don't think I've played something that parodies the actual story of the DLC. Just like your casual joke mods. Natsuki is texting again with her contact labeled only as Squirrel.
So, what's got you down? You're clearly a little off today. Man, I don't know how to put it. Just felt a little empty inside tonight. Couldn't even tell you why. Like there's nothing that could make me feel alright. I'll just keep feeling weird and anxious no matter what. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, happens to me all the time, babe. Usually late at night, and just everything seems futile. And I don't feel sad, just empty and pointless.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
Oh well, don't sweat it. You're a fiery, invincible soul, babe.
Ain't no enemy gonna keep you down. You'll feel better in the morning, probably. Already do. Always helps to have someone to share it with. Now stop talking to your lame sister and go chuck kegs or whatever you college kids do. I will chuck 4 kegs in your honor. Have a good evening, babe. You too. She's so silly sometimes.
Even though you couldn't get out what was bugging you, it sounded like she still made you feel better about it.
Yeah, that's my sis. She does that for everyone no matter what their trouble is.
But especially you.
Yeah, especially me. And I do the same for her.
I know, and you do not usually go out of your way to help other people, at least not in a way where they know about it.
True.
You know, one of my fondest memories of us is a time you helped me.
Yeah, what was that?
Q Natsuki quest. Anyway, what? Totally the time she helped her.
In all seriousness, I'm doing fine. I'm still not coming up with any good ideas for today's poem. Do you maybe want to help me write it later, Natsuki?
You want me to help you with one of your poems? Well, well, well.
No, really, I think it'd be really useful. This topic is a really hard one for me. It doesn't fit my style well. I think I could use you to at least bounce some ideas off of, if that would be alright.
Well, hey, sure, if you're going to be so genuine and nice about it, but no short jokes while we work on your poem.
I promise.
A basketball poem, right.
Where is she?
Sorry I'm late. Teacher kept us a minute after class.
Yuri puts her back down.
So what exactly is it you think I can help with?
Well, I'm having trouble with this topic. With the topic, I do not know much about basketball.
Well, have you ever seen it being played?
I've seen people practicing.
Season 2 episode where Kenzo showed up. Right. Again, it's been a while. It has been a while, but I do remember. When they wrote something that Kenzo... so that Kenzo wouldn't feel left out, so they wrote something he would understand. Or would have insight into.
I've seen people practicing, like you for instance, but I think I've only seen an actual game in progress once or twice.
Well, what do you think?
Nothing really. It didn't seem terribly interesting.
You think everything's interesting when you're writing poetry about it?
I do.
Yeah? If I showed you a glass of lemonade right now and told you to write a poem, you'd be like, the small swirling universes of sourness or some bullshit talking about the pulp in it. You can take anything and make it sound fancy. Just, I don't know, do that for basketball.
I guess. My theory about the Genshin trial? Ooh, do go off. Share your theory.
Just, I don't know, do that up to basketball.
But what's notable about basketball, a lot of very fascinating things go into making a small piece of lemon pulp.
Yeah, well, a lot of fascinating things go into making a basketball shot too then. Like the spin of the ball, the air resistance, the players gotta do a lot of intuitive physical math, you know? And that's before you even talk about the biology of the actual player, trillions of cells working together and crap, like that you always love to talk about.
It's true, isn't it? And there's also the physics of the Earth's rotation and much else. It's almost a small miracle that any basketball shot is made.
Right, sounds like you have your inspiration. Off you go.
Indeed. Finished?
Let me see.
Well, normally I wouldn't share until the actual club meeting, but since you helped me with this one, I suppose it's fair.
Yuri hands over her poem.
Yeah, this is pretty good, but I feel like it needs a stinger.
You always think poems need stingers.
True, but this one really does need it. It's all about this miraculous universe stuff you love turned into something super mundane. Sports and points. Totally needs a stinger pointing that out.
You may be right. Here, let me see.
Natsuki gives the page to Yuri. She quickly adds one more line and shows it to Natsuki.
Hell yeah, there you go.
The I am told this is worth points, right?
Perfect.
Alright, guess we're reading it again. It's kind of stretching, but Cowell secretly hated Linny and set up the trick to kill himself and frame Linny. They can't blame me if I'm dead. Alright, I'll read it again. You know what? I'll read it again since it's been a while. Synchronize. The galaxy moves 581 kilometers every second through the universe. The sun moves 230 kilometers every second around the galaxy. The Earth moves 30 kilometers every second around the sun. Your goal is attached to its surface, and that is spinning at 0.5 kilometer per second. And so are you, and so is the ball. And with infinitely practiced skill, with the care of an astronaut, guiding its craft to an orbital interception. But the speed of a warrior challenged by enemies, you throw the ball at 5 meters every second. To begin its strange rendezvous. But the angle matters as well. Trigonometry, calculus, physics, impulses and gravity, curves and air resistance. Your body calculates it all for you, instantaneously, without hesitation, until in its arc of a cumulative speed of 841,500. The dot is misplaced, isn't it? Of a cumulative speed of... Oh no, it's because it's point, right, bah. It's point, it's not a comma, I am just stupid. With a cumulative speed of 841.5005 kilometers per second. The ball impossibly passes through its goal, moving at 841.5 kilometers per second. A miracle of synchronicity in a disoriented universe. I'm told this is worth 2 points. There. Yeah. His assistant, he would know how the trick worked. True. Burn the rope in the tank. You're on point. He would know how the trick works. He would have access to everything because he's on the staff. Were there any other members, staff members besides that guy, Linny and Lynette? I think there were like 1 or 2 others maybe. But I'm not entirely sure.
Badass? Now that's a poem.
It is a very strong one, I think. Thank you for your help, Natsuki.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We should collaborate more often.
Yeah, well, don't get too used to it. I can't just distribute my genius out at will 24/7.
During the investigation that the game might be withholding information from us. God, I hate it when there's information withheld.
Oh, of course. Just, likes,
Jeez, you spit it out already, you okay?
Damn it, you scared her off, Natsuki.
Yes, I'm fine. I just remembered I have to be, at a place. Talk later.
Okay then.
Goodness, I was so embarrassed.
You were trying to say you liked me, right?
Oh, I didn't really have the courage for that yet. I was just trying to say I enjoyed spending time with you. With just us two, even.
Oh.
But I couldn't even get that out.
Yeah, I still kind of got the message though.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I told Fuyuki about it, sort of. So what else is shaking? Not too much. But hey, can I ask a question? Always, babe. So, what do you do if you think someone likes you, but you don't know how to feel about them, but they make you feel weird? Whoa, first tell me the details. Who's the lucky boy?
Imagine having transitioned. And then not keeping it gender neutral when it's talking about someone's potential significant other. The implications. Heteronormity from transistor? Yeah, how? Imagine that. Imagine that. But yeah, still, scene from season 2, yeah. Am aware.
Let's say there are no details. This is purely a hypothetical. Obviously, well and totally hypothetically, you just spend time with them and learn more about how they make you feel. And if you like it, you spend more time with them, and it's completely up to you where you go from there. Or what any of the feelings mean to you. Just be careful and make sure you're thinking about how the totally hypothetical person feels, and whether or not they'll wait forever for you to figure things out. Sometimes it's worth diving into something without knowing for sure just to make sure you don't regret hesitating. Let's say hypothetically that you're pretty sure they're super patient and waiting for you. Well, damn girl, look, go at your own pace, you can figure it out.
Excellent advice from your sister. I'm glad she made it through her cancer ordeal.
Yeah, me too.
It is everything about Hazley. Where does he fit in? She fit in. Bah, I can't even talk anymore. Halsey, right, Halsey. The one who got disappeared, right? Yeah. You need to figure that one out, buddy. Obviously, I could give you the answer, but then I'd be an asshole.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait for you to meet her.
I already met her at their birthday party, remember?
Yeah, but like, you know, I wanted to have her meet you as, yeah, my girlfriend. I guess she knew at the party, but she had to hide it.
Oh, I see. I think that she and I will get along well.
I hope so. She's pretty eager to get along with. She's pretty easy to get along with, though. She doesn't really have my temper.
You don't really have your temper recently. You've become much less confrontational. Ever since the incident with Monica, you've been much more mellow. Natsuki, are you okay? You're crying.
I'm not crying, dork, shut up. I was just remembering that time I got really angry.
What was that?
It was when Sayori and Monica brought me back after the incident.
I can understand why you'd be angry.
Yeah, but the reason I was really angry is maybe not what you'd think. Ooh, here we go again. Where the fuck is Yuri?
Alright, that. Was this also in Season 2, or was this all the way back in Season 1 where they talked about this? Ah, man, it's been so long.
It was a bad day. I slapped Monica.
It was also Season 2, alright.
Understandable in the circumstances.
Most of the episode 0 content from Season 2. Yeah, figures, but still. Because this moment felt like it could have been in Season 1. Potentially.
Understandable in the circumstances.
Yeah, but like, I was so angry. I felt so angry I was sick. Because you were gone.
You were angry over me.
Yes?
Not yourself and the rest of everyone.
Well, yeah, a bit. But I would have gotten over that easier. I would have slapped Monica for that. It was like Monica had killed you. I was literally sick with anger, like I threw up.
You poor thing. Can I hug you right now?
I'm alright. But yeah, you can hug me. Thanks.
Don't thank me for a hug. I get quite as much out of it as you do, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, now that I think about it, I had a weird nightmare about when I found out about reality. It was a little bit after my sister told me about her cancer.
That was a stressful time for you.
Yeah.
But you handled it with such strength.
You think so? It didn't seem that way to me.
You did. You just dealt with it in your own way. With your heist plan, for instance. And interestingly, I think all the chaos going on shook you up to act a little bit in a way you might not have otherwise.
Yeah, probably. No, I am not doing that trope.
What trope?
The trope where there's like an enclosed space and two people have to hide in it who
Out of time. What were you about to say out of curiosity?
who love each other but haven't confessed?
Good thing you caught yourself in time, that would have been embarrassing.
Damn. It would have been. Trancer. Natsuki watch too much hentai? Or cultured anime. Cultured anime such as interspecies reviewers, although that doesn't have a moment like that in it. That trope obviously isn't just a hentai trope too. It is a trope in anime. Honestly, I don't know why I brought up that stuff. Probably because I just wanted an excuse to talk about how cultured some anime can be. Where it's not technically hentai because it's a full-on anime series, like interspecies reviewers. Very interesting stuff out there. Which of course, if you watch stuff like that, you are not a cultured individual unless you watch the uncensored version. Because it hurts to stare at a black screen half the time.
You're so lame sometimes.
Oh my gosh, that was so silly. We were so close to being caught.
We totally were. I can't believe you wanted us both to try and jam into that cabinet. We never would have both fit in there.
Well, it was the best idea I had at the time. We were under a lot of stress and we weren't thinking clearly.
Yeah, it was kind of fun though.
Yeah.
Well, come on, let's go hit up MC's holiday party. Everyone else will be wondering where we are.
Alright.
After bed. What on earth? What do you mean, what on earth? There's nothing interesting going on here at all, at least not in chat. Of course there's a censored version of it. But cultured individuals don't watch that.
Almost there.
Yeah, that was cool. I'm glad we did that. It helped take my mind off of things for a while.
You know, Rob, just how there's a censored version of Redo of Healer, there's also a censored version of interspecies reviewers. Those are just things that exist.
It helped take my mind off of things for a while. I know it was pretty stupid though. Honestly, I didn't really expect you to go along with it.
Yes, well, anything for a friend. I knew it would help you feel better.
Seriously though, thanks. That was really nice of you.
Natsuki stands on her toes, jumps slightly, and kisses Yuri on the cheek. There's the smooch! There's censored videos. Yes!
What does this mean?
It means, you're a good friend.
Yeah, good friends totally kiss each other. Absolutely, absolutely. Species reviews on my usual streaming service. Star, and curious to know what it's about. Well, you see. Is that a serious question, or... Strictly platonic. Yeah, strictly platonic. That's what friends do, right? Kissing the homies goodnight, as it were.
You're a good friend, and I just wanted to express my thanks. Cheek kissing is cool between friends now.
Oh, I see.
Let's go in now, they're probably waiting for us in there.
Indeed.
Seriously curious? Alright, the plot of Interspecies Reviewers. It's in a fantasy setting, your typical fantasy setting. And you have a group of adventurers. One of them an elf, one of them a human. The elf is an archer, the human is... I believe he was a sword... I believe he used a sword for combat, yeah. And they have a little bit... They also have some other friends that show up sometimes. They also meet an angel. Who they... And like the angel, elf, and human are like the main three, but they also have a few other friends, like a halfling and a beast man. And they go around in this fantasy world and are like, damn. There are so many different species, right? Which naturally means that in the business of pleasure, there would be different markets. So they go to different brothels and write reviews on the different species. We should review them, exactly. And that's how they do that. I'm not exactly sure where the highest scores were. I think the succubi obviously placed very highly. For clear reasons. But yeah, so exactly what it says on the tin. Exactly. Heroes rate from 0 to 10. Exactly, and also because there's multiple different species going on in the because there's multiple different species taking part in the reviewing process, that also gives a little bit of disparity in terms of opinions. For example, the human rates elf girls very highly because of, you know, how beautiful they look and everything. Meanwhile, the elf dude rates them incredibly low because, damn it, they are so old. They look incredibly, like they look young forever, but they are so old, and you can tell in the feeling and how their mana feels. And of course, the elf would also take more into consideration the feel of their mana, as opposed to what a human would do. There's some in-depth stuff in there. Anyway, why did we start talking about that again? Oh, right, cliches and stuff. That's how we got to that topic. Back to our favorite, homies that were kissing each other goodnight.
Sorry about that. Again, I still kick myself every time I think about how I ruined our sort of first kiss.
It's very much alright. I like to think that I knew the real meaning behind it, and it will always be one of my most treasured memories no matter what.
Mine too. You feeling dessert at all?
I could desert.
Awesome, let me flag down the waiter. Hey yo dude, little help?
Just a moment, ma'am, I'll be with you.
I wish you could be a little more patient with wait staff.
Message missed, did I? The uncensored version is censored. I mean, it's not exactly censored, but yeah, a lot of stuff is off frame. Obviously, a lot of stuff is out of frame, even in the censored version. It was still an anime that they wanted to air. It's just that they don't just go as far as showing a black screen like they do in the censored version. Can Yuri do a flip? Can she? Why not ask?
Well, I mean, you gotta get their attention somehow.
It would also be possible to wait for them as they make regular checks.
Man, I ain't got time for that.
As patient as ever.
How about a grappling hook? You could also get them with a grappling hook, true.
You know, speaking of that kiss, you remember that conversation we had about it on the roof a little after?
Yeah?
So you and I were just finishing talking when you were coming up.
Yeah. But we're going to try to cook something together, so... Class time! See you at club!
Yes, of course.
Yay!
Very enthusiastic. Now let's see.
Yuri begins to gather her belongings.
Hey?
Natsuki, an unexpected pleasure.
Yeah. Look, I know the bell just rang, but I need to talk to you for a minute. And before you ask, yes, I am fine, and no, I don't need to talk about my sister.
Oh, of course, Natsuki, anything.
Have you told anyone about, me kissing you on the cheek the other day?
No, why would I? It's just a normal thing that's cool between friends, I thought.
Good. Look, I think it'd be best if you didn't tell anyone.
Why not? It's a normal thing. I was going to start kissing Monika and Sayori on the cheek experimentally.
Oh, the teasing is real. Well, Natsuki, you done fucked up there. Explain your way out of this one now. And MC2, no doubt, exactly.
No, you shouldn't do that. For, the same reason you shouldn't tell anyone.
Why?
Look, it's like this. Not everyone sees it as the entirely friendly, normal thing that it is.
Sure, Natsuki, sure. Come on, at this point you should have just said it.
I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea, so,
I think I understand. I won't tell anyone about it.
thanks. Really, you didn't tell anyone at all?
No one.
Not even your family?
No, I'd probably be less likely to tell them. Like you said, it was just a normal, friendly thing. Nothing notable about it to tell.
Right. Anyway, class time, thanks for the talk.
Oh, of course.
Sorry again. Man, I fucked up so many times.
I did too. In retrospect, believing you about it being a normal friendly gesture was a mistake in the first place. Well, we should not blame ourselves.
Wait, I thought Yuri was just teasing there to make Natsuki fess up to something. There's no way she actually was gonna start experimentally doing that, right? There's no way she actually was gonna start doing that. Well, in that case, I'm glad they cleared that up in time. In that case, I am very glad they cleared that up in time, because that would have been awkward.
Yeah, we were doing the best we could. You definitely were anyway. Sometimes I push people away so as to not seem too attached.
I agree with you fully. Okay, at least we're in agreement there.
I know.
Both to others and myself.
I know that as well.
I even did it in the club last time. You remember how I criticized your poem?
I do.
I actually really liked it. I just didn't want to seem to everyone like I was actually playing favorites after they found us like that.
Understandable.
That doesn't bother you?
Well, I'm not saying I don't mind at all. I prefer honesty. But I am saying I understand why you did it, and I'm certainly not mad about it.
Yeah. Sorry about the honesty thing. It must be really hard to trust me sometimes.
No, I trust you implicitly about almost everything.
Really?
Really, remember when you told me about the simulation? Well, that game was certainly grim, but I still don't see how it explains why I'm floating in space classroom precisely like that in the game.
I'm not sure there's a better way to explain it than just show you, so I think we'll just proceed with that.
Monica, wait. I think there is a better way to explain it.
She's not mad, just hurt. Yeah, but she understood.
I know that just explaining it all in advance didn't work so well for me, but this is Yuri we're talking about.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so Yuri, you saw how in the game, being the president of the literature club made you aware of the fact that you are a character in a video game, right?
Yes.
So what Monica was going to do just now is have us elect you as president of the literature club. That would explain to you why we're here in the space classroom from the game. Among other things.
You're saying...
Yeah, the game is true. This actually all happened to us in real life. Or not really real life, I guess. But yeah, me and you and everyone here, we were actually characters in a video game. Specifically the game you just played. And all those things actually happened.
Remarkable. You might note that when you told me the world wasn't real, I just believed it immediately, because it was you telling me.
Well, I mean, you didn't verify it, right? Well, I mean, you did verify it right afterwards by becoming the club president.
Well, yes, of course. Who wouldn't verify it if they were told the world wasn't real? But I expected to verify it after you told me. Oh, I trust you. I trust you more than any other person in the world.
Well, but your family?
I trust you much more than I trust my family. Though you do deceive frequently, especially about what you yourself are thinking and feeling, your innate character's honesty. Deep down, the truth is one of your most important core values, and that is part of where my great love for you springs.
Well, I trust you too.
Hell isn't real. You are fake. Nothing matters. Meanwhile, me. So I can just go to sleep? Yes.
Sometimes you say teasing shit, but I know now it's out of love. And it's meant a lot to me that you took the real first step. The one where neither of us could pretend anymore that there was some other explanation for things. That was just that was a just friends thing.
It was hard to do.
Oh, here we go. We're gonna see it. The confession. Yuri is writing at her desk.
Dear Natsuki, no, that sounds too formal.
Yuri crumbles up her note and throws it into a waste bin.
Maybe I just started with Natsuki, except no, that sounds too risk.
Ah, damn it, I skipped.
Do I even need to say her name at all? She knows who it's for, but it needs some kind of greeting, surely.
Visual novel. What visual novel did you play? What do you mean? DDLC and a bunch of mods, technically Danganronpa counts as visual novels. Teaching Feeling, if we want to go into the slightly more lewd-ish territory. Actually, no, not Teaching Feeling, Butterfly Affection. I wanted to play Teaching Feeling, and I've seen snippets of it, and I do really still want to play Teaching Feeling. But Butterfly Affection is the slightly more lewdish one that I played. Sadly, though, I obviously can't stream Teaching Feeling. It's not even listed as a valid category. The thing is, Butterfly Affection is interestingly a valid streaming category on Twitch. Why is Butterfly Affection a valid category and Teaching Feeling isn't? I guess because Teaching Feeling is very, very lewd. Whereas Butterfly Affection just gets a bit lewd towards the end. But is still covering the text. Yeah, I am aware that I said that a few times.
We need some kind of greeting, surely, or does it?
Because it's a quotation, probably.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure how I should say this. If you're not sure how to say it, then what exactly are you doing, saying it in this letter? It brings me great joy to tell you that... no, what is this, a pregnancy announcement? So the real reason I am writing this, you must know by now how fond I am of you. Now, if she knew that, I wouldn't be writing this. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to write. So enough temporizing,
Yuri's pen slips.
Oops, well, I can't use this one. Getting hard to see the page, I suppose. Should I probably turn on a light in here? better.
Maybe it is a pregnancy announcement. Plot twist. I mean, this is a simulated reality. I'm sure even if both partners didn't have the parts to facilitate it naturally, I'm sure through some coding exploits you could achieve the result you were hoping for. Of course, there's also obviously, you know, other means too that don't involve messing with the fabric of reality, but also they probably don't even have it in them to think about that yet, because even MC and Sayori are far behind on that. Pregnancy equals true, yes. But never. Quoting does not count and you know it, exactly.
Better. Now let's see, where was I? I feel like I was onto something with that last one. And if so, to act upon it in whatever way you think best. Affectionately, Yuri. Well, I am not sure if I like it or not, but I don't think I can do better. It will have to do after I add this last thing.
Yuri scribbles a lengthy PS onto the page.
Alright, I think now there really is no more to say. Plus, it's time for bed, and now to silence my mind on this question until I give her this. If that is even possible. The real question is when to give her this. No, stop thinking. I'm to sleep.
Really? You hung onto the letter for that long?
Only about a week, not that long. I had to take my time to build up courage to give it to you. I think the restaurant needs our table.
Well, paying customers, we can stay if we want.
Well, I don't want to be the reason someone's still waiting for a table. Plus, we weren't we going to go window shopping? That's the other thing you said you wanted to do, right?
Alright, yes, I forgot about that. But it sounds like a brilliant idea anyway. Let's go.
Now is the scene transition a good stopping point? Or would the good stopping point be the time where we learn about when Yuri gave Natsuki the letter? So stop here at the scene transition or wait until we see the moment Natsuki received the letter? That is the big question. Answer now, chat. Upon the day my legs the walk failed and drink what? Family comes in. Why is the garbage can full of crumpled up paper? What a waste. Decent enough stopping point? Maybe. As far you should go to the confession. Two different opinions. Good stopping point would be 3 a.m. Confession, 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 confession. I think the majority says confession, and I am down to go a bit longer. I could leave people in suspense too. But I feel like I do that enough as is. Don't I leave people in suspense enough? But you're right, this would be a nice cliffhanger to ensure that people would show up next time. Perhaps you are right. Plus, as I said before, I am hungry. So maybe I should use that time and finally grab some food. So let me save right here. Alright. Now that being the case, I have to find someone to raid if I want to end here. And I think, let's see if anyone's streaming in the DDLC category actually. Looks like a few people are streaming DDLC. Let's see. Alright. Yes, I do want to quit. Alright, let's quickly find this streamer that we shall raid. Rob, you know that stuff is broken. I talked about it earlier. You know I said everything was broken. This person. Oh, this person. There's silence and the text isn't progressing. I guess they're currently taking a break or something. But there's nothing telling me that they're taking a break. Come on. What about this person? I do want to rate one of the two people that only have one viewer. The question is which one? Also, this person is sending me mixed signals. Their streaming category is Doki Doki Literature Club, but they have a little image in there that is saying Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Wrong category. Probably, I guess. Yeah, the disconnect broke everything, apparently. The disconnect broke everything, except for TTS, apparently. For some reason. But even so, TTS will not work now, because already muted, so I'd have to unmute again. Raid code? Yeah, sure. I guess we'll go for this person. They're not reading the text out loud, by the way. But they are definitely reading it. But they're you know what? One big advantage about not reading out loud is they're progressing pretty quickly. Have you heard about the Twitch TOS change? You mean the one that they already rolled back again? Yeah, in fact, I think we talked about that earlier a little bit. Alright, let's rate this person. Wait. Did Deadly just go live? There's no way, right? Why is it saying Deadly is live? What the fuck? Why is it saying if I rate channel, it's saying channels you follow Deadly game streaming with 12 viewers right now. But if I go to Twitch, it literally doesn't say he's live. Okay, Twitch is absolutely broken. He's not live, but the raid screen is telling me he is with 12 viewers. What the fuck? Why is it like that? Do you need someone? I was just about to raid someone, actually. As I said, someone playing DDLC. Not reading the text aloud, but still progressing quickly. Or do you want to suggest someone? Because I'm just gonna go for this person now, I think. Alright. Everyone ready? Or you can suggest, in that case, do it now. Someone I rated. Oh, is it who I think it is? All right. Remember, yeah, it is them. It is Wolf with a V. You know what? Sure. Why not? Let's see. Oh, they're playing The Long Dark. A game that I am at least kind of familiar with, thanks to seeing Tormuse play it. Alright, let's go. Let's set up this raid. Alright, everyone. Thank you for watching the stream. I hope you had a blast, because I sure did. Is the raid showing up for everyone? Because it's only saying 5 people are ready, but I have 8 people watching. Is the raid showing up for everyone? Yes or no? Because if not, then I will reset it real quick. Yup, it's there. It's there. Okay. In that case, I assume 3 people already left and the numbers just didn't update. Okay, in that case, everyone, have a good one. I'll see you around. Next week, we will continue. I'm looking forward to it. Till then, have a good one, and yeah. Bye-bye, everyone. And of course, if you're watching the stream after it's been uploaded to YouTube as a VOD, after I fixed it, that is, I do also appreciate your support. And you know, who knows, maybe you'll be able to catch me live in the future. If you want to do that, you can check the description down below, where you will find a link to my Twitch, where I stream every Friday and Saturday. In any event, that's it from my end. See you around. Bye bye.